So, welcome to Fragments, everyone. This is the D&D campaign I'm playing with my friends. These are my friends. Killian, you weren't here. You were feeling a bit poorly. What happened to you was whilst Jackson was discussing the deals that you had conducted with the harbour master, you started to feel a bit sick and ran off to the little dragon's room to relieve yourself in whatever sense that would be, and have not returned for a couple of hours. In that time, there was Cornish Daniel has run into the Guppy's Eye and say they're coming, they're here early, and only to find out that there has been a group of fish people terrorizing the town, basically, and holding them to ransom. And have made some sort of deal with the town to be protected and not kind of overrun and kind of robbed. So they have to pay like a levy every 4 weeks, but they'd come on the third week this time. And they'd also made a deal with the local priest. He received a crate of some sort when they first made the deal 2 years ago, and has since kind of shut up the church and stopped services and isn't running the thing, but is communing with these fish people basically when they come to the town to kind of make the peace and keep the town in good stead with these aquatic horrors. Several of them came up the beach, and Jackson and everybody teamed together. This was actually just Jackson, Serial, and Dante, as Charlie wasn't about. Charlie was on the boat, didn't even know a thing about it. Eluxeth wasn't to be seen. They were also on the... Eluxeth was in the tavern, actually, and didn't join in the fight. And there was some...
She went to the little demon's room.
Little demon's room, and there was a lot of wondrous battling where Serial transmuted into a panther and leapt amazingly over into the water and kind of bit and clawed one of the last getting away one to death. So you were hoping that they weren't going to go and warn whatever masters they serve by taking them out. And there was a joyous celebration, although Jackson did break part of a wall.
No one made any comment about that.
Upon returning up the steps, you found that a wild spear that one of the creatures had thrown had pierced Cornish Daniel's leg, and he was laying upon the flagstones of the top near the fish market with a great harpoon type thing through his leg.
Poor Cornish Daniel.
And you saw basically you went back to the tavern, and at that point there was discussion of going to the church. They spoke to some small children who were in the bar rejoicing after the death of the fish people, and also some hacky sack with their eyeballs. And then the decision was made to head towards the church late in the evening. And you went there, and they sufficiently didn't get in sneakily. They've smashed glass and kicked in the doors. And right now, inside the main church, the church sort of where you would enter as a parishioner, there is a long set of pews all lined up facing a circular dais, slightly raised, and there are 5 statues around representing the goddess of Melora, who is the goddess that Charlie worships. And there were got Melora in the center, 4 other statues representing various elements of storm and tempest, and they were all, when they inspected, holding flowers. And so there was flowers around, loads of cut flowers all over the floor, and that's where we kind of got to. There was a way to open the door in the floor was to stand on the 6th plate and hold a flower, and it made this trap appear in the ground. And at the moment, that is where Jackson is about to head down, and Charlie's still standing holding a flower on the panel because Jackson's worried that the door's going to shut if he gets off it. Serial and Dante got in through the basement. They smashed their way in, and are now in a there's a circular space like this at the top end of the church. Inside that, there's a secondary wall. Okay, so it looks kind of like this underneath. Yeah. They've dropped in through this window here, and they are standing here.
You
And
say dropped in through the window.
Sarah's a cat.
Okay.
I quite literally swan dived through a broken window and
dived through the
somehow
broken
didn't
window
get cut.
without managing to cut his stomach open on the glass that he failed to knock out of the window.
Okay.
And they are staring at a wall round this side, kind of the very top end of this shape, to try and figure out how to get in, because there's obviously access to this bit because this is tombs. There are some broken crates and stuff in here. So I'm going to say that you, Killian, you walk out of the guppy's eye to hear in this kind of joyous atmosphere that's happening around later on into the evening, and the hero
Just
party
come out, like, rubbing my belly, like,
have walked to the you don't know quite what has gone on, and then you just hear this almighty crash to your right as you look out, and you see Jackson and Charlie stride into a church through a door that Jackson has just smashed to pieces with the aid of Charlie, shattering it into kind of fragments. What do you do?
Follow them.
Okay, so you walk to the church.
Yeah.
And as you reach the edge of this kind of broken door, the wafting smell of rot meets your nostrils. Not the rot of flesh, but the rot of undergrowth, of cut flowers, basically. The floor is absolutely strewn with trodden down flowers and stems, and the whole place is just covered in all the pews as you look along them as you proceed down, and you can see Charlie with his back to you. And you can't quite make out where Jackson is at the moment. You just got this long.
What you need with a dodgy stomach, rotting stuff.
It's like I've got a bit of a dicky belly. This is the last thing I need. Like
Yeah, you're
this
probably not feeling
smell.
too bright.
Nah. Oh dear.
What do you do?
Oh, is it still me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I carry on walking into the room until I get to Charlie.
Okay. Are you doing that stealthily? Are you alerting him to your presence?
I just stroll in. It's
Okay.
me. I can't.
Let's see if Charlie's feeling perceptive today. Charlie, as you walk up and breathe, Charlie jumps with a start because he rolled a 4 and feels your kind of that stench that you have about you with your that kind of cold feeling that comes from your ice. It is the ice for this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
From ice breath on his shoulder, and kind of, oh, Gillian, you startled me. I wish you would have just said you were coming in. How are you feeling? Well, you did eat a lot of salt fish with a lot of soup.
It was good soup.
Maybe you'll take a little bit more caution next time when consuming that much salt. You're supposed to wash the salt off of the fish, or at least boil it in some way.
Caution.
Yes, it's a
When
thing
it comes
people do
to
when
food.
I see we're not going to get far. Would you mind holding this? He's trying to pass you a flower.
Why?
And come stand here.
Why?
Well, you see, Jackson, and he points over, and Jackson's kind of halfway down the step, like you're about sort of legs in. We're worried that this system here will close up if I step off of this, not hold with this flower, as this is what I did to get onto here.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Well, I was going to follow.
You literally just want me to stand there
Well, it's an
holding
option.
a flower.
I have a better idea. Jackson, would you mind just stepping out of the stair for a moment?
I can do. Why?
Well, I'd like to test the system without you in the mechanism.
Well, should we like check on our like companions first, who are like down there with the crazy priest?
I'm thinking that 3 of us might be better at going downstairs and dealing with this this unholy person than maybe just only 2 of us and 1 of us standing on a panel holding a flower.
Okay, I'll climb back out.
Okay. Charlie takes the flower, still holding the flower, and steps off. And the doorway remains open in the floor.
What happens if you put the flower down?
You're not there. You can't suggest this. He hasn't had that idea.
I'm teleporting the idea to you.
You don't have that spell.
Okay. Shall we proceed down?
You want to go down first, or shall I go down, or are we going to play with flowers some more?
Well, let's go down. Do you want to lead?
Okay, and I'll carry on down the stairs.
Okay, so what's the running order down the stairs? I'll let you 2 choose because Charlie's kind of an NPC.
Jackson, me, Charlie.
Charlie's bringing up the rear. Okay.
Yeah, because if anything comes up behind us, bird boy's gonna get it.
So Serial and Dante, you're in this curved passageway, and there is a wall,
Mhm.
A wall.
a stone wall at the moment. That's all you can see.
A very uninteresting stone wall that we can't see anything strange about.
Try and think.
Has anybody got a pink?
Could I just sort of run my hands along the wall? Like,
That's something that I'm kind of talking about. Like, yeah, you made perception last time,
yeah.
but an investigation, yeah.
All right, let's investigate this.
And you can assist if you like, Serial, even in cat form.
16.
Okay. And would you like to assist, Serial?
I will assist. I'm just trying to decide how I'm going to assist in cat form.
Cool. You'd just be sniffing and kind of pouring and stuff. And
18.
Okay.
there we go. So that's much better. You find that there is a catch
Well done.
on the right, and little finger holes, like on one side and on the other side.
I finger the holes.
You finger the holes. As you slide your fingers in, there's a slight moisture to them,
Pete!
and then there's a creaking sound, and
We've lost Lou. We have lost Lou. Look, we're all adults, but still giggling about it.
then there's a grinding motion.
Yeah.
And the door slides apart, and then there is a gaping hole where the door used to be.
Stop trying to hold a straight face. I can see it.
And as you do this, smoke billows out into the passageway. Smoke upon smoke upon smoke billows out into the passageway.
Oh no.
You are now blinded at the moment.
So I've managed to finger 2 smoking holes.
Yeah. You fingered 2 holes and smoke came out.
I back up slightly from the door.
It's billowing, it's filling this
We're
space.
all adults.
We both got dark vision. Does that help at all?
Now the smoke's not darkness.
Yeah. It's smoke, not darkness. How did you manage to keep a straight face?
TM's job, isn't it? Just trying to go.
You've been practicing
Come on.
that.
No, come on.
I draw my rapier, even though I can't see anything. I just sort of stand there.
Okay.
I get my claws ready. My claws are out and my heckles are up.
Okay.
My tail is swishing.
Okay. Are you gonna go in, or are you standing at this doorway, guys, for a minute?
I'm gonna go in.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the noise of a cat walking in.
Okay. You walk into this space. Can you make a con save, please?
On save. That'll be... Apparently not. I got 4.
Some of the smoke starts getting into your lungs, and you take some. You take.
Oh, okay.
You die.
Stop damaging me by the environment and not your creatures.
2
9.
damage.
I didn't do very well either.
What did you get?
9.
No. And you take 4 damage in cat form. So whatever that comes off of your cat point.
Oh, hang on.
Didn't that kill the cat?
I can't remember what the cat damage is. Hang on.
2, I think. So
What?
You're a
not
dead
a
cat now.
anymore.
I'm not a cat anymore.
I'm pretty sure cats are.
I thought there were 5.
Either way, you did like 9 damage.
I can't find my cat. Oh, I lost my cat. I did have a separate window
Cats
for cat.
have 2 hit points. You're not a cat anymore, and you've lost 2 from Serial's hit points.
Oh.
Okay.
So in
Okay.
effect, you lost 2 hit points, and
Yeah,
you just
so
no
you
longer
turn
look
back
like a
into
cat.
Serial, and
Turn back into cereal, and I've now got a hit point of 13. Yeah.
yeah.
You just take 2 points of damage.
Jackson, you are greeted with a wooden door at the bottom of the set of steps.
I've still got my frosty thingy running, haven't I? Because that's what I used to smash open the door because it lasted 10 minutes.
Why
I'm just,
doesn't anybody just try and open the door first?
Because no one has mage hand.
When did you open it?
so you know,
Nobody
I'm
wants to
just gonna hoof it open. You know, literally, you know, a size 13 or whatever it is boot he's got.
You boot the door, it comes open, smoke starts billowing out.
Oi, creepy priest guy!
There's no reply. The smoke starts climbing up the stairs.
Toby, stop scrambling.
Is there anything we could use to alleviate the smoke? I've got control elements. Can I use that to
You could
blow it
do some
away?
You could probably do some airy stuff with that.
Yeah.
Airy fairy.
If I do some airy fairy stuff.
Ah,
Give us a
direction.
description of it.
Yeah, what does the spell do?
Tell us
Right.
what it does. Describe it to us, and then tell us what you'd like it to do, and we'll see if that fits with the narrative.
Oh, that didn't work. Try again. There we go.
That boy.
Oh.
Also, did we hear Jax just very
Yeah,
obtusely
you
yell?
heard you heard a bellowing quite nearby of someone saying, "Oi, creepy priest guy!"
Even though I can't see, I know I sort of.
You know who it is.
Looks like they found us.
It says absorb. It's an absorb one rather than a.
No, that's when someone
Then
hits you
no.
with
No.
a spell.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Have you got things like gust or gust of wind?
You want some of these before I eat them all?
Oh no, I lost my character.
No, there aren't really any other spells that can get rid of fog cloud.
No, I don't
Gust
think
of wind
so.
are the 2 that I can think of.
Yeah, but I don't think she has either of them.
No, I don't have those. Yeah, the only one I was thinking of was the element one. The other ones, because you told me I didn't have any battley ones, so I've got lots of battley spells now.
Yeah.
Can we open a window? You smashed one already. Can we just open one to let some of the smoke out?
Well, naturally, the smoke would be drawn that
To
way
the open door and the.
to the open window. That even though it's pulling down, but since you've opened the upper door, it's now traveling up as and more away from you. But there seems to be, as much as there is coming out, there is more within the room. Both ways.
It's definitely a smart.
Charlie says, maybe I can be of use and clear some of this.
Yes, that would be helpful.
He's got wings.
And sorry,
He's got wings.
he's got gust of wind. He's got the spell gust of wind.
Ah,
So
Brilliant.
he casts gust of wind. He says, "Brace yourselves, Killian. Brace yourselves, Jackson." And he casts gust of wind. And wind blows through the space and forces all the smoke towards Serial and Dante, who are now covered with a smoggy cloud. It's thick in that basement now. The whole space is filling with this noxious fume. Jackson, please make a perception check, please.
A perception
Killian
check.
too, as well.
Can I yell, "You stupid bird," when that happens?
Of course you can. It's Dungeons and Dragons. You can do what you like.
Just Dante just yells, "For God's sake, you stupid bird!"
No, I rolled a 2, so 3 perception.
8.
The fog clears for a moment. You see a stone floor inside the room, like the last 2 steps, as it were, going into the room. And in that space, it is again a circular space. You see a small opening to the right where all the smoke seems to be pouring out of, and then the smoke starts filling up again, very quickly again. Smoke pouring up into the space after Charles's.
Can you do that again?
I'm afraid only at a higher level.
I head towards
No,
where I
actually
can hear
not
the.
at a higher level. I can't cast that again. I cast Shatter already, and I cast Thunderwave, Gust of Wind. So that's my second level slots up.
As Serial, I am feeling up and down the wall to try and find a way out of this smoky, horrible bit.
I start walking directly towards the loud noises of our friends.
Okay. Make an investigation check, both of you.
I got 2.
2.
I rolled a 2, and I have 0.
We're going to hear a noise and we're all going to swing into action and poke someone.
Hang on. I don't think I should go.
Where am I?
Behind me. We're on the stairway still.
Oh,
16.
See how they go.
Sorry, what did you get, Lou?
16.
16. Dante, you go, oh, and something hits your head, but something in your elven reflexes allows you to reach up and you clasp in your hands. You can't see the smoke so thick, but you catch to your hands something that feels warm, not hot, metallic, with tiny holes in it.
Has it got a chain attaching it to something by any chance?
As Serial moves it in her hand, she feels it's like, it seems to be on a parabola, like on a swing like this.
It's one of those smoking ball things you get in church.
It's an incense burn.
Yeah.
Someone get the bloody thing outside.
What?
I unhook it and throw it out the window.
You can't reach to where the ceiling at the end of the. You follow your hand up along the chain, and it goes up far beyond your reach.
Right. Can she sort of grab me? I'm still doing this after being hit, and I've grabbed it. I've got it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Can I? How thick's the chain? So I'm just.
You feel, and each linkage is probably is a hefty piece of chain. It would need some serious work to do.
Jax, I need your axe. We've got a chain you need to break.
Okay.
You're peering into a grey, thick cloud of billowing smoke, and a voice comes out saying, "We need your axe."
I think the priest man's in here and he's lit the incense burner, so we can't see shit.
Can't you like tip it out or put it out or something?
That's point. Can we open the weird ball thing?
You give me a sleight of hand. Keep doing it like this.
Yeah.
11.
You find a small catch. The catch comes open. and the smoke pours out. You can't really tell the difference, but you've opened a piece of the container. It is still attached by a chain that runs through the whole thing, but this bit kind of allows you to raise the upper part up, and there's now this burning.
So the bottom bit, I just turn it upside down so that it all falls on the floor.
Nothing comes out.
Bollocks.
To your feet.
Does anyone know how to put this thing out other than pouring water on it? That's probably going to make more steam.
I'm trying to think.
Uh,
It's
make
interesting,
a-
we can probably sort of tap it together.
Has anyone got any spells or cantrips that might do it? Anyone got prestidigitation? I know that can put out a fire.
Have you kept an eye on your door?
I can't see I can't see my finger in front of my face, let alone the bloody door.
But I'm standing in the door, so a creepy priest can't get through it. Are either of you standing in the doorway?
No,
No,
I don't know where the doorway is anymore.
we're in a
Unless he can see in
circular
smoke,
corridor.
neither can he though. And unless he likes fitting through tiny holes covered in glass, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Or, you know, there's big trappy, bitey traps on the floor, things like that.
I haven't walked into any yet.
Yeah.
Yet
Stop
to
giving
be-
the DM ideas.
Yet being the emphasized word there.
Okay, so so you're
I've
peering
got
into,
one. I could just sort of put one in.
you're peering into this smog, Jackson and Serial. Scott, you now have these two pieces, one above.
Who's Scott?
Sorry, Dante.
Hey.
You now have this like a metal container containing something that is, you presume, the source.
Smoking.
You presume that's the source of it. When you
I'm
hold it this close, you can just make out like the rim of it through the smoke.
gonna take a deep breath and then put my hand in it really quickly.
Okay. You put your hand in and it feels warm.
What? Just the orb, or is there anything in it?
You put your hand in and it feels like. Do you remember those things that you used to press onto your face, like with all the pins?
Oh yeah.
To make a shape of your face or the shape of your hand. It feels like you're putting your hand into one of those, and then as you take your hand out, but all the pins come back. So there's a shape of coal or burning incense within the space, but there's not the heat that would make that happen.
It's magical.
Okay, I'm going to
Can I grab the thing, whatever it is?
You can't get purchase on it. Your hands kind of move through it like it's almost like ash.
I've got an idea. I've got a rucksack on, don't I? With all my stuff in it.
Yeah.
See if I've got anything else. Backpack, component pouch. I'm gonna empty my water skin on the floor and stuff it in the water skin. If it's big enough. Is it big enough? To put my water skin over it.
Okay, so you're going to have to take off the top of the water skin.
Yeah, so if I took the top off and threaded it over it, would it fit?
You can give it a try. You're going to have to do sort of a survival, because you've got to kind of take apart something that's part of your survival kit.
Let's try this. Oh, yay. 22.
Okay, so you managed to get the top off. You pull it over this thing. It's a tight fit. Give us a dex.
That wasn't as good. 8.
The skin splits as you
Damn it.
try and pull it over the thing. You stem some of the smoke, but it's still pouring out and filling the room. But you can now just about make out Jackson on the stairs. After a small time, the space starts clearing a little bit. There's still quite a lot of smoke pouring out, covering the floor and like making it very uncomfortable. to be in this space,
Um,
cloying in the lung.
I want to turn to Killian and say, stand in the doorway, make sure the priestly eye doesn't come through, and then with my maul,
Yeah.
I want to sort of hold it at the sort of the hammer end, so I've basically got the big long pole.
Yeah.
Which I then want to sort of swipe across the floor in a
Use it as a blind man stick.
blind man stick, and then sort of lift it up and try and find them. I'm not swinging it to hit people. I'm sort of, swinging, trying to find resistance rather than.
What are you doing first? Are you going for the along the floor?
Along the floor first.
Okay. So as you proceed, which way are you going? You're in the center of the room. Going to go clockwise or anti-clockwise around?
Which direction were the voices in?
To the right, to the clockwise.
Oh, I'll head that way.
You go clockwise, and then there's a thud as the end of the stick hits a boot. You look up, and through the wisps of smoke, you see Serial, and then you see Dante trying to force a leather skin over a shining orb.
That's your chain you want to break?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I've also ruined my water skin. I'm very sad about it.
Can I sort of, because I'm taller than Dante, can I sort of reach up above him and just sort of literally just try and grip the chain?
Well, if I'm holding the ball, the chain should be taut. So if you just swing over my head.
Well, I was just going to try and rip it out of the ceiling first.
That's a brave move.
Okay, so yeah, you are taller. You can get a grip on the chain above. Give us a good old strength check, please.
Which I have advantage on.
You would because
no, because
he's got his rune.
I've got my frost rune running.
Oh yeah, I was going to say you would have it anyway because Dante's hanging on the bottom of it.
Holding the counterweight.
Yeah. When something's taut, it's a lot easier to pull. That's something, like steel. Let's see.
Well, it wasn't a great roll, so 13 was the higher.
13 was the higher. There's it strains, but it holds quite firm in the ceiling.
Okay.
Can I join?
Pile on as well.
Yeah,
Right.
pile on as well. So I'm going to do a strength check too.
You go
That's
on
gonna
then,
be
Sarah.
So we're all basically hanging off this great big thing.
You see Jackson pulling at it and having no luck. You see Dante almost hanging on the bottom. You run along and jump on and.
Throw a 6.
Nothing. You kind of just make Dante lose his footing, and you're now swinging, penduluming across the room, holding on to each other for dear life.
So my next attempt was I was going to pull out assuming the links are big enough. Can I try and jam the crowbar through one of them to sort of give me a handle, both sides, to sort of either break the link or?
Yep.
I yell as I go around, stop fucking about. I'm getting really dizzy.
Yeah. I'm also proficient in smithing stuff, so I don't know whether or not that helps.
Yeah.
Shove a chisel in it and just beat it.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and break one of the links.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Is that a smithing tool thingy or just another strength check or what?
You'd add your proficiency probably. 2 in smithing if you've. Oh no, level 3.
Yeah, 2 still.
Proficiency still 2.
2.
Much to our displeasure.
That is 19.
19.
Yeah.
The link bends open, and it doesn't break, but you are able to unhook the lower part of it away.
So I've got a minute. I'm now holding a miniature smoking ball on a chain.
Yes.
Someone put this in my backpack to make it stop fucking smoking.
I'd take it off him, go around behind him, and put it in the backpack and close the backpack.
Smoke's billowing out the side of your rucksack.
That did not work.
It's still cloying. There's too many. The backpack's too loose a seal to contain the smoke. It's still billowing.
And Jackson's the tallest one of the lot of us. He is, isn't he? Can he throw out the window?
You'd have to leave this room, go out to the place where you smashed the window in the outer rim.
I have an idea. Jax, 1, have a look around, and 2, give this. Can I just go to Killian and give her that and say, give this to Charles to throw into the main church? Because there's a fuck off big broken door there.
Cool. You take the thing, passes it to you. You're now holding a smoking, got brass orb, chucking out smoke everywhere.
What would happen if I froze it?
What would happen if you froze it?
Shall I try and freeze it?
Go for it.
I would personally.
Jackson's
I'm going to step in and say, save your spell slots.
It's a cantrip.
Cantrip? Give it a go.
Well, have you got shape water?
I've got Ray of Frost.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Then you do it. Yeah, you can use that again.
Make a read attack. Yeah, so you roll your dice and add your modifier of 5.
9.
You blast the outside of this this thing. It gets a frosty coating on it, and the smoke continues to billow from it profusely. You're now holding a very cold metal orb, chucking out smoke all over the place, still filling the floor up to the kind of waist sort of area.
I just turn around and hand it to Charles. I'm like, deal with that.
Oh, very nice. Yes, we used to have one just like this in our church. No, it's beautiful. Not quite so much smoke as this, though.
I just I look up at him, even though I can't really see him, go, how did you turn the one at your church off?
He's going to go.
Yeah.
Well, normally you'd put it out with some sort of water.
I really grumpily look at my broken water skin.
The puddle on the floor.
And the puddle on the floor. And just go, and I turn and look at Sarah and go, can't you move water?
Ah, but I think I'm going to need that spell for later on. Can't
It's
Charles just throw it out?
Cantrip.
Is it cantrip? Then you can just do it.
Yeah, I just look at the puddle on the floor and go, can you make this go in the orb?
Okay, hold on. Hold your horses, I'll have a look.
I haven't got any horses.
I love the idea of an elf saying, "Oh, your horses."
Like the Rodney Trotter of elves.
And another very confused half elf going,
I'm
that's
really
not a
sorry,
horse.
character today. I'm sorry. Please bear with me a moment. I will just sort that spell out for you. Yes, I do have the shape water cantrip. I will use it for you.
And I put my hands at the puddle of water and I cast cantrip, and the water comes up into the air and then shoots sideways at great velocity at the smoking ball in Charles's hand.
Okay. It's only a con check, so it's a dex check or a con check against that. So it goes into the smoking brazier, and it hisses for a moment like it doesn't like it because there's been some magical force behind the water, but then continues to smoke. There's been something about kind of did it.
Charles, I thought you said that would put it out.
It's obviously got something in it that we didn't put in ours.
Why don't you just throw it into the...
Throw it out the door then.
Throw it in the church. We'll fix it later.
So Charles takes it and chucks it into the church. It clatters, starts filling that space. Gradually, the smoke in your level dissipates. You look round, and there is nothing to be seen apart from the stairs that you came down and the sort of underside of those. So you've got the stairs like this going up. There is nothing. There's just a support beam underneath, and when you look underneath, you see a small trap in the floor.
As in trap door, or
trap
something
door,
that looks
yeah,
like it's about to skewer me.
No,
Uh,
a trap as in a trapdoor.
oh, I'm going to open the trapdoor.
Okay.
I stand well away from the trapdoor.
You open the trapdoor and you peer down,
Mhm.
very dark, but see the beginning of a ladder.
I
See how deep it
think
is?
where I can create a little ball of fire. That's why cantrip is.
Ariel, can you see how deep it is?
I'm going to use my
Let-
dark vision to look down to see how deep it is.
Okay, which your dark vision 60 feet,
Yeah.
about 40 feet down,
Hmm.
very far down, through hewn rock, chipped away, rough edged rock in a small, narrow space. You see it drops down as a shaft. Then you see that the ladder hangs in more space, like a wider space beneath. Like there's some sort of chasm below that opens up. A cavern, maybe, is more of a better description. And that the ladder reaches down to the floor beneath.
I'm going to use my cantrip, produce flame, and it doesn't have to actually.
Just drop it down the hole.
It doesn't have to. Yeah, it doesn't have to actually hit anything. I can produce like a flame in thin air. That's which is what I was just checking. But I'm going to send a little ball of flame down to sort of hover in the chasm below, so we can see what's in the chasm below.
It will kind of drop to the floor.
Yeah, you can hold it in your hand or you can throw it at things. So I'm assuming if you just hold it over the hole and let go, it'd just fall.
You create the fire in your hand, and
I'm going to throw it down then.
you kind of put your hand into the trap slightly, into the trapdoor slightly, and let it go, and you see it drop, lighting up this hewn, really roughly hewn, chipped away stone, lighting it up as it goes down, glinting slightly as it falls in the odd place, and it falls down to the floor below, the true floor beneath, and sits there burning away. There's a slightly better view now of the floor below. It is cavernous rock beneath you.
How far is the floor from the bottom of the ladder?
It looks like the ladder reaches pretty much to the floor.
Okay. Right, so I'm going to climb down the ladder to the floor then.
Are you going to communicate that to the guys? That's something you want to be saying?
Guys, I'm going to
I just see the elf jump in the hole. I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good.
Dante, can you stay at the top of the ladder?
I sheathe my sword and pull an arrow out and just sit at the top of the ladder like.
Jackson, do you want to follow me down when I come down? I'll get to the bottom and I'll shout up.
Okay.
And who else is joining to go down?
Killian, you want to come down?
I was told to stay in the doorway.
Oh yeah, you're standing in the doorway.
And you're
I
actually-
just sort of look at her. I look at Killian and go, I think you can leave the doorway now.
It's like, do you want? I just gotta go like.
So then Charles and Killian walk into the circular room.
So just to double check, the trapdoor is like under the stairs that we came, so we can't all get round it.
Like this, and then there's a trap is here underneath the stair.
So can we basically get to two sides of this trapdoor?
You can get the stairs are
Under the stairs and like out in the room edging the stairs.
You could get 3 people round this square trap in the floor if you were to stand on 3 sides of this square hole.
Okay.
Are you really coming down, or am I going down on my own?
I'll go down.
I'll come down, but you told me to sit at the top.
Oh,
I'm
Jack-
thinking that
Jack
Dante
wants to sit at the
should
top, you can come
probably
down, Dante.
investigate first.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry. Say again.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm thinking that Dante should potentially go first.
I can see in the dark and have a bow.
This is quite a good place for a trap.
Okay.
Alright.
Hang on, Serial, can you do that flamey thing again? And I'm going to get a torch out.
Okay, flamey thing.
So I'm going to poke the end of my torch in a flamey hand.
Flamey hand. That's a flaming hand.
Okay.
It looks.
So now you've got one source of light. You've got Dante with dark vision, and
I think we've all got dark vision apart from Charles and Gillian.
Charles and Killian.
but Killian now has. Do you not pick it?
I would not have bothered with that spell.
I don't think it did because there was one of the others that it selected as second class instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second level. Okay.
Yeah.
So you we've now got a source of light. So give us the running order coming down.
So I'll go first.
Okay.
Dante's first.
Well,
I'm already halfway down the ladder, aren't I?
Okay, I'm second then.
Well, you can choose to come back up if you want to. It's up to you.
Now I just start walking down on top of her. So she doesn't get a choice.
Okay. Right. So you see the boots.
I forgot that she'd gone down.
Dante coming towards you. Can you guys, as you're in this kind of narrow rock space, make me some perceptions?
All right.
We've come down. Dante's come down. Killian's come down. Does Charles come down?
Charles is standing at the top with Jax at the moment.
Perception. I just got 22.
Ooh.
I got an 18, but I've got +4.
18. Using my new ones.
One of these days I'll get used to this. One of these days I'll actually do everything first time without having to search for it.
I wrote all of mine down.
Well, that's just too fucking clever.
And I need to put my glasses on. I'm getting such a
9. After all that, I got 9.
You kind of succeed because it's a group one. I'm going to say this is so. As you're proceeding down, you three look at the rock and you see.
It's not
No, it's not moving. You see that it is. It seems relatively new as a carving. There's not been any time for any slate to fall, to accumulate any dust or any other particulate to really gather on this ledge. It looks like it was done with tools as you proceed down.
Can I just say, I think I know what the renovations he was doing were.
Yeah. They weren't up there.
nowhere. No,
and you proceed down. Jax, are you coming down now?
If they make it to the bottom, okay. Then
Is there a light?
I just yell up in Orcish, you scaredy orc.
I would drop a torch down the. I would drop a lit torch down the shaft.
Make a dexterity. Every burial.
Dexterity missing Jackson's rocking torch. What is it with you guys?
Dante-
Is this a saving throw or just a dex?
You've just looked up, so you see it coming. So you're going to try and dexterously get out of the way. So straightforward.
13 then.
Okay.
19.
You dodge it, Serial. 10
10.
plus.
Nothing. 10.
And what did you get, Scott?
I got 13.
13. Okay. You take the fire bounces off of you. The flaming torch drops down.
I just sort of duck. Nope.
Thanks.
And you take 2 damage.
Thanks.
I was aiming for Dante.
Dante, I'm saying thanks
the
to.
torch drops to the bottom and joins the flame that Serial dropped earlier. So there's now 2 burning sources at the bottom of this wooden ladder.
Oh yeah, do you want to put that out so we don't stand on it when we get down there?
We just dodge it when we get down there.
Yes, because we all dodge so well.
So you get like a light source.
We had a light source. It was a torch. We had a ball of flame at the bottom. We didn't need another one.
So you're proceeding down the ladder and you reach the space where it stops being narrow anymore, Serial, and your legs open up, go into the space beyond this narrow chasm, and you start making your way down. You get waist in, stomach in, chest in, shoulders in, and then you head in and you peer around, and it opens up, and there is a large cavern beneath you. The ladder going straight down and nearly reaching the floor, as you had perceived before. You see, as you're climbing down to your right, on the floor below, you're probably about 15 foot maybe away from 20 to 15 feet away from the ground now. You see a selection of crates and barrels. To your and all around you see rough like not rough, these are like more natural walls now. Like this cavern has been here naturally, not
So
carved.
the tunnel has been basically carved in
Connect
to
this
an
to the
open
church.
natural cave that was already there.
And you see something large and stone to your left. You can't quite make out what that is yet. What do you do?
Carry on climbing down to the bottom.
Your feet touch base. There's the burning torch that Jackson dropped. Dante.
I'm gonna keep climbing as well until I can sort of drop next to her
You
without
jump.
not landing on her head. And I'm gonna pull out my bow and arrow because I don't like this.
You readying? Okay, cool.
I'm
What about
readying.
you, Serial? Are you taking any weapons out your pack ready, or?
I am going to get.
What about you, Killian?
Apart from videoing the sleeping dogs.
Yeah. So you reach the bottom. You've just kind of come into the space above. You get the same sort of vision that Serial got, and you can see them at the bottom. Dante's knocked an arrow, kind of looking around.
I'm going to get my shield ready and my scimitar ready.
Okay, so you're
But we're still on the ladder, aren't we?
no, they've dropped.
No, we've dropped onto the floor now.
They're on the floor.
Okay.
Proper.
So, was that the laptop? It sounded like an aeroplane taking off. That was weird. So I drop down and get my daggers out.
Yeah. So Jackson, you now.
And now there's no one on the ladder. I'll go down the ladder.
Okay. You start.
Now he knows it's safe.
You start moving.
I'm thinking that I'm sort of bigger and heavier and carry more shit than most of you. So, this is a crazy, creepy priest. I'm not entirely sure of his woodworking skills.
You climb down the ladder, creaks under your larger bulk, and Charles immediately follows you. So you're now looking. If you were to look up, you would see the vision that you've all seen before. beneath Charles's robes. You climb down gradually. Serial and Dante and Killian, you are in this space. As I said, you drop down immediately to your right. If you were still facing the ladder, but I'm guessing you've kind of turned round, there is a set of crates, one end of this space. You see crates and barrels. And the other end you see in the distance.
I want to investigate.
Dante, you make it out more clearly. It's a sort of like a pill-shaped object made of stone, but large, probably about 8 foot long, about 4 foot deep.
I described that to them too.
What?
And then
sorry, I missed what was actually the pill.
It looks like a giant stone pill that's about 8 foot long and 4 foot deep, apparently.
Where's that on the left-hand side?
That's at the one end of this space, and then
the other end's got crates at it that you saw.
Are you talking about a giant egg? As I'm climbing down.
It could be an egg.
It could be.
I'm going to go and wander over to the crates and see if there's anything useful in them.
Okay.
I'm going to stay staring at the giant possible egg.
Okay. You affix your gaze on the egg. Killian, what do you do?
I start moving around the room just to see if there's. Can we see like the entire space that we're in?
You've got a little bit of the flame light that's reaching out. You can see the walls nearest to you. It's like an ellipse basically.
Before Killian walks off, I just pick the torch up and sort of just hand it to him.
I have torches. Just
Well, I lit. No.
So are you lighting a torch?
yes.
So you light a torch off with the other torch, leave the other one for Jackson. You start going around. So you investigating the walls and stuff like that, or
Yeah, I'm investigating like the floor space and the walls.
okay. So you're looking at the walls
Just to
nearest-
make sure, because this is a crazy priest guy by the sounds of things. I don't know him. Like, I didn't have to deal with him last time.
Father Scroman.
Yeah, I didn't have to deal with him. But from what you guys have said, he's not all there. He's a bit doolally. So knowing him, he's put some weird shit on the floor.
Okay, so you start looking around. You see crisscross of foot. Make an investigation. Please.
16.
You look around. You see a natural hewn floor, as I said before, and the walls are natural.
Did you just say natural human?
Hewn
Oh, what's that?
Hewn from the
I
rock
thought you said
naturally.
human. I was like,
What
what do you mean natural human floor?
They're all made of natural humans.
That's what I thought. I was like,
100% natural human. It's all made out of skin.
Yeah. Have you seen
Inside
the
of his
basement in
face.
Jeepers Creepers? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's that basically. You're like walking on things' mouths. You,
Wouldn't surprise me. You carry on.
see. You look at the walls, and there are again these kind of natural formations all over. You do see something that is a different color, partly behind the ladder. If the ladder comes down like that, sort of through the ladder, you see a different color of something sticking out of the wall slightly, a kind of pinkish hue,
Can I go over and touch it?
if you wish to.
You didn't lick it.
I'm gonna go over and poke it.
Can I lick it?
I just watched this. I just watched this Dragon Ball walk and then go to lick a wall. I'm like, not again.
Are you looking at
Yeah, I'm gonna lick it.
Every time she has to
Make
lick
a
it.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, right.
You really should have better constitution considering the amount of things you seem to lick.
Yeah.
It's just become Killian's thing now. It's like he won't just investigate something; he'll just lick it. Like, no.
And that's why he's often sick.
Yes.
So yeah, con save.
So
No, sorry, not con save. Wisdom save. Sorry.
Right. Okay. 11.
You move over to it and you feel a coldness, colder than you are, and you reach your tongue out and place it upon this pinkish surface, which appears to be of a crystalline form sticking out of the wall. You place your tongue upon it, and you guys just see this dragonborn drop to the floor,
Sorry.
start shaking, twitching, quivering on the floor, foaming out the mouth, out the kind of dragonborn nostrils, shaking and fitting on the floor. You see darkness.
Have I just killed myself?
Forever darkness.
I run over to the collapsed Dragonborn and yell at Charles to hurry his feathery ass up.
Charles starts climbing down the ladder at a faster pace. You see pinpricks in the darkness.
Well, like, you know, when you shut your eyes really tight, you can kind of see like stars of light.
That might be what you're actually seeing, stars. You're in the void. Now you feel yourself moving through this endless blackness, faster and faster and faster. and you start making out shapes, orbs, meteors, and planets of all colors and sizes and shapes, and bands and rocket things shooting past you as you zoom in, and you see a small blue-green orb. It gets bigger in your vision. First of all, just the size of a mere marble, and then it comes to fill your entire vision and slam. And then you slept until relatively recently. And so you guys are surrounding a dragonborn fitting on the floor, shaking, quaking.
Have I come to you?
Someone heal her.
Him.
Him. Sorry. I forget.
Dante, make a medicine check.
I wasn't going to try and heal him.
Thanks.
You're first on the scene, sort of thing. So you're just kind of going.
Well, the reason I wasn't going to try and heal because I just got an 11.
Fair enough.
I'm not very good at medicine.
You get Killian onto his side, so he doesn't choke on his own tongue and spittle, but still shaking, quaking. Kind of, the tremors are gradually getting less at this point. Jackson, you're now down the ladder, and Charles is promptly following. Serial, you're over by some crates. What are you going to run to the aid, or what are you doing, Serial?
I had a cantrip of cure wounds, but it appears only to be a.
It's not. It's a spell.
It's a spell.
So I'm going to have to spell cure wounds.
You can make a check first.
Yeah, you maybe check to see if that's going to help.
Yeah, because she's not taken much wounding.
How do I check?
So
Probably medicine.
you could do a medicine check. You can do.
Oh, did I'm assuming I didn't figure anything out from my measly one.
You worked out when you lifted the tail that Killian is a boy dragon.
I go, huh.
Well, they really are scaly as you roll over Killian. As this is the first time you touched a dragonborn.
Oh, so funny. Hang on, I'm getting there. Hello. There we are.
Heavy.
Yeah, because you're quite big. You're quite a big boy.
I am.
Huge.
20 medicine.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you go over and realise this is an ailment of the mind. You kind of sense that this is something that has shocked Killian's internal systems, and you make him comfortable and take from your pack your bedroll and place it beneath Killian's head, and Killian is gradually subsides, still unconscious at the moment.
Sorry.
And I look at the wall and see what it was he licked.
You look up and you see a small, very, very small, about the size of, I don't know, like an inch by an inch, pinkish crystal, end of this shard of a crystal sticking out of the wall. Just ever so slightly, like there's hardly any of it. It's like you're looking at the end of a prism that goes deeper into the rock.
Can I like put my finger through my clothes and poke it so that I'm not actually poking it with bare skin?
Okay. So you walk up and you make a wisdom save. Do us a wisdom save.
Oh God.
I don't know why, but
I'm just going to start climbing back up the ladder.
like, nope.
17.
You feel an immediate cold sensation rush through and up your arms into your shoulder, but manage to pull your hand away in time. It doesn't.
I just start shaking my hand. Go, the fucking thing's
Yeah.
really cold.
Your hand feels like it has pins and needles. You can barely hold your arrow. You have to use just one hand at the moment because your hand is now really kind of useless. It can't get a grip.
Can't grip anything.
So you're.
Hey, are you
What's that?
calling me useless?
What's that?
Like your hand can't. It's quite useless. It can't get a grip on anything.
You are foaming on the floor.
You're completely useless at the moment.
No, out of character. Hey,
But you haven't got. No, I'm talking about Dante now. Dante.
I know.
What are you talking about?
That's why he said he can't get a grip. And his hand's completely useless. I was like, hey,
Why?
I can't grip anything in
No,
my
you
hand.
can't. But yeah. So in a battle situation, this is far more.
Right.
Like, it's far more detrimental to your health because you might not be able to
Trying
unscrew.
to open a jar
Yes,
is
exactly.
detrimental to my hand.
You might not be able to open the marmalade. He potentially can't defend himself with an arrow.
Right?
There is a slight difference from a horde of goblin or whatever is coming. So,
It's just the way you said completely useless. I was like, whoa.
so Dante, you shake your hand and turn back around and said, and well, you've got this numb feeling in your hand, and you see Jackson starting to go back up the rope.
Well, no, I'm just sitting there shaking my head. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, looking at.
I just stare at my hand and go, the thing is really cold, and apparently layers do not protect you from the mean crystal. And now I can't move my hand.
Dante,
Okay.
if I were you, I wouldn't touch it again. It caused Killian to have a fit. And
He
now you
licked it.
can.
but apparently licking is the way to go.
Don't touch it with your tongue or anything else, other parts of your body, okay?
I just look really sulky. Yeah, fine.
I would like to go and have a look at the giant tablet, possible egg thing.
I'm not going to go over to that because I think it's going to morph.
I'm just gonna sit with cereal until my hand starts working.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Dante, poor little Dante, and take
Frosty's hand.
Let's go and have a look at the crates over here, shall we? And lead him away because he's a little bit injured and anxious.
It's Dante being a child again. Then.
Yeah.
I just looked at the screen and both of you are like,
Jackson, you take your torch from the bottom of the ladder and now have left Killian in the center of the room in with his torch on the floor burning. You walk over towards the stone hill shaped object, and as you look at it, you see that there is a seam that runs round the middle of it. So it's like it's in two sections.
So it looks like the top will lift off.
Yes.
lick it.
Killian, did
Killian, running come over the top of it.
I just yelled, "Don't lick it!"
I don't think this is an egg. I think this is a sort of casket or a box or something. That looks like a lid to me.
You shout.
I'm still staying over here looking at these crates because I'm not convinced it's not going to.
What are you replying to him? He's shouting at you. Just ignoring the.
I just yell, "I would help, but there's an elf that has me captive, and I can't move my arm."
Okay. So Sarah and Dante, you're over at the crates. Are you investigating these crates? Are you having a look?
Yes, let's investigate the
Yes.
crates.
We'll investigate them together.
There are 3 crates and a barrel.
I will look at the barrel.
I will look at the crates.
Okay. You make investigation checks, each of you, please.
Killian, does this big
I don't think I find anything. I rolled a 3.
He sounds so sad.
You
Hey, look!
You rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1 and I got a
Oh, God.
3
you investigate. You
with an eye shut.
manage to pry the lid off of one of the crates, and you see lots of kind of wood shavings. And you, Sarah, plunge your hand straight in and take.
I'm not taking any hit.
Yeah, you are 2 piercing damage as you shove your hand in very quickly and smash something made of glass, and it goes into your hand. What was your roll, Scott? Dante?
I actually rolled a 3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
I've got 0 on my.
You just stare confused at this barrel, like kind of that you should know what it might be, but you just at this moment can't figure it out.
I'm too busy thinking about my hand.
Yeah, the kind of
It's not working.
worried like that.
It's full of smoke still.
Your is it your right hand you reached out with, I'm supposing, so that's like your hand for that's your favored hand for pulling back your bow, and you're hoping that you will regain
use of it soon.
Charles drops down to the floor and says, Jackson, do you need a hand?
Well, I wasn't going to open it until I've checked, like, to make sure there aren't any like tunnels or entrances or doors and things. So you go that way, and I'm going to point to the left, and I'll go around to the right, and yeah, I'm basically going to go around the outside of the room, checking for like alternate entrances.
Okay, make a just straightforward perception on this one. Unless tell me how you're doing it. It might be perception, it might be investigation.
To be honest, I'm going to look first, so I would assume perception. This.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I rolled a 13, so 14.
The cavern, as you proceed round, is again rough hewn, like naturally though.
So is it a stone floor?
It is a stone floor that you
and
can
is it
see.
uneven or even?
It is quite uneven, but there are no stalagmites or stalactites in this space. It might have been worn by water and some sort of sedimentary erosion kind of thing, like it's worn out of the rock more than carved from the rock. It's quite smooth, but it undulates, if that makes sense. Like there's bumps up and down. It's not like it's man-made at all, the floor.
It's eroded rather than sort of broken.
Yeah. This is all natural. There's areas where there are pieces of sort of slate that stick out at angles, but nothing that would trouble the average sort of person walking along, taking care. There is a rock fall to one end of the room, the opposite end to where the crates are.
Okay. And is that where I meet Charles, going the other way?
You go round, he walks past Serial, who's nursing a hand, rubbing a bleeding hand, and Dante, who's staring transfixed by a barrel, kind of cocking his head. Charles kicks at the barrel, and the barrel explodes, and Charles is knocked back against the wall, and Dante, he rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
you both take 2 bludgeoning damage as you are thrown back against the wall.
We haven't hit any monsters yet, and I'm down to 9.
No, you're fine.
Doing very well, guys.
I thought you said Dante, not Sarah.
Yeah.
Not Sarah. Sarah didn't get hit by the blast. You were behind the
Okay.
cockpit. Dante and Charlie both take 2 hit points as they're thrown across the space. It appeared to be a rather well shaken up barrel of ale as you are now dripping from head to toe in this foaming mass that is now running along the floor.
I just glare at him and say, "Can you at least fix my hand?"
Lick it!
I'll sit there and hold out an axe to Charles.
Charles is now like
I feel your water
dripping.
bottle
His
out of it.
feathers are strewn with this thick brown ale of some sort that's reeking in this space. It really is a spring brew, and it's all in your clothes and in your pack and in your hair. And Charles's feathers are dank with it. And Serial, you just you get a little bit on part of you, but you don't get hit by the blast of this thing. Charles gets up off the floor and proceeds around the room, and says, "It was ale, Dante."
I go, "I know that now," and I just surreptitiously lick my hand.
It is definitely a drink you would drink it is not the same ale that you drank in the Guppy's eye, though.
Okay.
You missed out the chance to make a con save.
He only licked it.
Um,
He didn't start lapping at the floor, which is what Gillian would have done. Like a hungry dog at a puddle.
so we've got just the rock fall and the chesty thing and the weird pinky bit.
There's a weird pinky bit. There's the chests with, you still don't know what's in them.
Yeah, we know there's broken glass in that one.
I was meaning the big belly chesty thing.
Yeah. There's a big sort of stone pill-shaped
Oh yeah.
tomb type shape, maybe possibly, with a heavy lid, as you kind of established, and then a rockfall, and that's where you meet Charles.
Can I do another perception carefully this time into the box that I cut myself with?
Explain to me how you're going to do this without doing what you did last time. Think of a different way around it.
Rather than
You can't feel it anyway.
sticking my hand in, I'm going to pick the flaming torch off the floor and put it nearer it and peer in slightly so I can see better what's actually in the barrel.
Okay.
Why do I get the impression if you roll on that one, you're dropping that in the barrel?
Roll your investigation.
I really hope I don't get anything low this time, otherwise I'm going to cry. $18.
Way.
You look over and you see that there, where you've pulled your hand out, you see the neck of a brown bottle in this with a heavy stopper in it.
Mm-hmm.
Make a dexterity for me.
Oh God.
Better not drop it this time.
Are we just going to be getting pissed in the basement of the creepy church?
Yeah.
At this rate, yeah.
Oh fuck. 9.
As you lean over, the now alcohol-infused wood chips go whoof, as you lean over with the heavy burning.
No eyebrows.
There's a huge amount of flame comes out, and you take another 3 damage. There's now very much a well lit up room, as there is now a burning crate, and each bottle starts, and the end of that room is now becoming a burning inferno at the moment.
Move the other crates. And I'll head over to try and pull like the other.
Yeah, I start trying to shoulder barge run out the way because I can't actually move.
Jackson, strength for the assists.
14.
And is that with your?
Is that with advantage? Because I'm helping.
I rolled a 6 and an 11.
Okay. You managed to shift it a few feet out of the way, but this is quite hot. The other crate is still right next to it. So Charlie's going to run over. Killian, help me with this, or I'll help you with this rather.
I'm still unconscious.
Oh, you're still unconscious. Charlie just tries on his jolly own. Oh gosh, this could be interesting with his +0.
Oh God.
He got 19. Charlie lifts up. Charlie, without a struggle, next to the orc, walks up and picks the lightest of the crates somehow and moves it completely out of the way, and kind of looks at you two like, "What are you struggling with?"
I just look at him, look back at Jax, and go.
So there's
a bit.
As he does that with his hands, I'll sort of slap his numb hand. High five.
Your hand remains numb for a little while longer now. So you now have a huge fire in this space. There is alcohol running down the floor in form of beer, which it hasn't ignited. It doesn't seem quite strong enough, the alcohol content within that, but gradually the crate that has got the bottles in, there's more as the bottles, the heat is getting to the bottles, and these bottles of liquor are exploding within there. There is a pungent smell, a mix of sort of strange spices as well in the air, like that. This isn't your kind of normal bootleg grog that you might find, like brewed from sort of fermented seaweed that you might find in such a place as Esterland. But this is fine stuff. This is
Oh God.
really, really expensive.
So we've
on fire.
Premium beer. We probably would have been quite nice to drink, and we've set a light to it.
Well, we've still got a crate. That's
When
really
we
nice.
have set it alight.
Cereal. You turn round to Jackson and Dante, and your face is a blackened, scorched mess. You're covered in like ash all over your eyes, and where your elven hair's got on your face, you've actually got the outline of it, like in a kind of like Acme cartoon sort of style. Just a bit of your normal quiff of hair that runs down is now like an actual patch that's on your face. The only bit of clean skin.
Okay. I will move Killian if they're too close to the fire.
No, Killian's far enough away.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna go back and say, well, if we stop playing with the crates, should we have a look at the big stone thing and make sure that's not going to explode into flame or like drown us in whatever it is you guys have been swimming in?
Yeah, Dante really smells.
I'm just sort of glaring at his back.
I'm gonna get one of the bottles that isn't open.
I'm gonna put my bow back and just pull
You
out a
can't get
knife.
to those they're in the burning inferno.
I just pull out a knife, look at his back, eye it up, and go, "Nobody would know." And then I just put it down and go and follow him.
Make a perception check, Jackson.
16.
You get a strange spidey tingling and look round but see nothing. Killian, there is suddenly a heat, and you snap round. You're laying on the floor next to the rock that you licked. There was a lot of heat in the room. You look up from where you are. You see through the ladder Charles wandering towards you with a large crate in his hands, a blazing inferno, and Dante threatening to throw a knife into Jackson's back, and Cereal covered in soot.
And for once, Killian is lost for words.
Oh yeah, but Killian used like Dante's hand has been numb for a couple of minutes. So is Killian's tongue going to be the same? Numb tongue.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. Try talking.
Fine. I just gotta look around and just like, so, and then I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and try and get the pink thing out of the wool.
Okay.
If I can.
I just see this hand appearing.
Okay. An ethereal hand appears, and you guide it with your thought towards the wall, and it places its ethereal fingers, which are dragonborn fingers. So I'm guessing they're like, because it's kind of a manifestation of your hand. You reach out and you kind of guide it. Yeah, and you guide it with your sort of talon shape towards the rock. It perches on it and quakes, and somehow there's a feedback. Your hand feels cold.
Oh, come on!
Your hand feels really cold and cannot move this out of the rock. It doesn't move.
Oh,
I'm getting really angry with it now.
you're all happy to play with big shiny rock, but so far it's caused you to have a fit, and now you've got a cold hand.
Hey, I did lick it.
I will sit there and see a frustrated Killian, and I will pass over a maul. There's a big ass two-handed sledgehammer thing.
Can I just whack the shit out of the wall?
with them all.
Yes, you can whack the shit out of the wall. Of course you can.
Trying to get this pink.
Make an attack roll
stone.
against the wall.
So what?
You just make. So, what is there any plus on that roll?
It's a. I don't know if it's a martial or a simple weapon.
The marshal, I believe. More.
Is Killian's proficient?
No, she is not.
So you just don't get to register. It'll just be a roll plus your strength modifier.
So just plus your strength. So roll a d20 plus your strength.
Okay. Oh, this could end badly, guys. I'm sorry now.
Oh,
I like the way that Charles is rolling initiative.
yeah, Charles just
Sorry.
rolled initiative.
No, I just like trying to swipe on my old phone and I accidentally hit
Oh,
initiative.
his old phone has got like a crack in the screen, and if you're trying to scroll like that, it goes from
It's
here.
not a crack. It's
up
just
to,
a
like,
bit
here.
that isn't
Yeah,
got any
it's like-
sensitivity to it.
It's like a dead bit on his screen. So you're just trying to scroll, and it goes. Boop. It just completely misses out of
It
it.
just so happens to be annoyingly on the bit where you can see the log.
Oh.
Ah, yeah.
So,
What you roll?
20.
20 with your
I've
modifier.
got 18, and my
Okay.
strength is +2, so it's a
So-
20.
You hit the wall and it cracks and you reveal more of the crystal.
That's it. It just cracks.
Part of the rock around it falls away and the crystal remains there, revealed more. And it, as you can see now, not just the end of this this prism, you see the side of it as it goes into the rock deep. And it kind of looks like it doesn't move like you've seen things move before, but there is something shifting inside it. Something,
Alive?
no, like it has power, like it's surging, it's
Pulsing?
resonating.
It's got a galaxy inside it.
I carry on whacking the shit out of that wall, trying to get it out. It's annoyed me. It made me have a fit and have. It made me like have a fit, but whilst fitting, hallucinate like on a major acid trip. Like
Yeah.
I
okay.
am gonna get this.
What are
thing.
the? So you're going to make another hit in a minute.
I'm just gonna walk over to the pill thing and stand there waiting for my hand to start working.
Yeah. Okay. Jackson and
I will go over to the pill thing too.
I'm going over to the pill thing and
Just watch Killian beat the crap out of a wall.
see this mightily annoyed dragonborn with like remnants of like foam dripping from its scaly maw start beating the hell out of the wall with a maul that Jackson has kindly gifted. Jackson, you walk over to the crate, and Cyril and Dante and Charles will join you. He's kind of standing around.
I love the
looking at them.
dragonborn stuff. So you're buggering off to the other end of the room. Like, no, leave him to it.
Charles has still got his crate.
my scimitar and try and lever
Uh,
it open.
Yeah, I'd use a crowbar.
I've got a crowbar, and is it worth checking it out first? Because this guy has obviously been pretty tricky so far.
Okay.
He's not been tricky. We're just a bunch of morons.
Can I do,
Yeah.
Well, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
can I do an investigation before I attack it with my
Okay, so you can make investigation with advantage because you're surrounded by friends who I'm sure are going to be helping you out because you've already just nearly blown your face off with flames.
They're so pleased with me. Actually, can I do perception check instead?
You'd be best to do it. You can look at it. Yeah, you can look it over. Yeah, if you want. Investigation would be to kind of put your hands against it and feel.
Oh, okay. I'll do an investigation then.
Toby.
So you're rolling twice.
Am I rolling twice? Okay.
Yeah, rolling twice because you got add.
There we go. That was worth it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got 19.
You place your hands upon it, and even in this place, this feels cold.
It's
Hmm.
Is your hand going numb?
Can I do a history as well to find out? Do I know about anything like this?
What? Like on the object itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on. Yes, do a history check. That's a good idea.
20.
You look at the shape, and as you run your hands along it, you get a sense of what this object is. It's an ark of some kind
An ark.
to store something, normally a holy relic.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, you will get a photo of the dogs. It's like the weekly D&D dog update.
Has my hand started working yet?
Gradually, you're feeling the movement get back in your hand. You can't add your proficiency yet,
It's just like,
but you can fire an arrow. Okay, so do you share that knowledge that you've gained, that you've glimmered with the?
Yeah, I've shared it. Guys, I remembered. I've seen something like this before. I'm sorry, I'm out of character again. In my head, I remember now I've seen something like this before. Some sort of capsule or ark for sort of holy relic, maybe. We are in a church after all, and this is like the catacombs.
I just slowly turn and look at Charles.
Is
And
it a
then
good
point
idea that we
at
should
it.
be keeping it?
Charles goes ahead and looks at it, and he's going to make a history check on it also.
While they're doing that, I'm just going to sit there and like sort of with a little bit of cloth, just rub it in the beer on the floor in a puddle of beer, and then like start trying to wipe Cereal's face clean.
No, she's not only ashen; she now reeks of beer. Do you let this occur?
Get off! Get off!
And
And now
Pose strength check.
Oh yeah, to try and stop. Yeah, make a strength and opposed strength check versus Jackson to see if you can stop him from wiping your face clean.
Let's think about this, maybe.
So strength for Jax, strength for Cereal. Just straight up strength. This is gonna be hilarious.
This is where I'm going to roll a 1.
Yeah, go on. I'd love that.
3.
Oh.
Roll 1, I got +2.
11.
Okay,
She
so
knows what.
you try and fend off Jackson, but there's a strange sort of mothering instinct, almost like when a dog cleans a puppy. And Jackson kind of scoops you into his arm and gets this rank bit of cloth and starts scrubbing your face till it is red raw. But you are very clean, if not smelling of rather strong booze. But you are to all purposes spotless. Charles has a look at the crate while this is going on and says, "Oh, isn't that nice?" And looks at the object and says, "Yes, it very well could be an ark. I've seen these in my time, but I can't gain any more insight as to what it may contain."
You want to open it?
I don't want to open it till my hand's better.
I don't want to open it because I've got a feeling with this episode I'm going to blow something up or something's going to blow me up again. I'm scared. You do it.
Killian, make an attack roll against the wall. Just roll with your strength plus, please.
16.
16. You chip slightly more away of the fragment of the wall, and this crystal goes on. Deep. You can sort of see down the prism of it that now you chip more away, that it seems to refract light from deep inside this wall.
Okay. Can I try and hit the crystal? Or is that a really
That is a really stupid idea.
is that a really stupid thing?
Don't try and blow
We're on
it
the
up.
other side of the room behind the big stone thing.
Don't
Oh,
hit the
do
crystal.
I just shout
Killian.
behind me like, guys, I'm gonna hit it.
Don't do it.
They all bellow, don't hit it at you.
I want to.
You want to?
Well, you're
I
a
just-
stubborn little son, so you do it if you want to.
I just
1 sec.
thing at the wall.
You throw the thing at the wall, and it clatters off and falls to the floor.
And I just walk
And
off like,
You're pretty destitute, and Jackson glares over at you like you've left his prized tool on the floor, just cast aside. He's not very pleased with your disregard for his.
I just turn around,
his maul.
like see Jackson's face, turn around, go and pick it up, and be
Like a stroppy toddler
Yeah.
going and picking up the tool, and you walk back and you kind of hand Jackson it like,
yeah.
didn't work, didn't work.
Literally. I don't say anything though. I'm like, meh.
Shall we all have a break? If that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Here before we go into this next bit.
I just
Okay,
realised that Scott's just
Yeah,
disappeared.
I'm guessing he's running for a wee break. So,
Yeah.
Have tea, have snacks, it's all good.
so destitutely and rather stroppily, Killian passes your maul back to you, Jackson.
For God's sake. Hang on 1 sec.
Another idiot knocking at his door.
But you're not
Are
drunk
we
outside.
opening the stone boxy thing? Are we opening the other crates? Are we going to move the rock? Or are we going to think he's run off and that we should go and collect our bounty on the other thingies?
We can open the casket. I've got a feeling it will be like bit like a vampire or something inside. It's feeling that way, like a
Like a
A
halfling
vampire.
or a gnome vampire?
All right, I'm back.
Like a halfling or a gnome vampire?
yeah.
Did you just say there's a vampire in there?
No.
I just get
That's
the
what
feeling
Luke
it's going to be a bit like a
said.
vampire movie. We've had the smoke, we've had the weird flowers everywhere, and
If
Like-
we open it, it's just gonna rise up like.
yeah.
Well,
Just does a thing where it's laying its feet don't move and it
you don't think,
stacks.
Yeah.
you think it's trapped, not trapped?
As Serial did a really good investigation, there doesn't appear to be anything. If it just be
And
a solid stone casket of sorts.
does it look like it sort of shoved the top off one direction, or is it like hinged or anything?
You wouldn't know. There doesn't appear. You can't see a hinge.
Can we
Okay.
open it?
Can we try and open it carefully without attacking it with a crowbar first off, please?
I'm just gonna sort of put my hat, so I'm gonna be like at the end of it, so it's got the length of it going away from me, and sort of try and slide.
I'm gonna step back and pull 2 daggers out. Get ready to throw them.
Right. So if Jackson's pushing it from like
Lengthways.
lengthways, you said it's 4 foot.
Mhm.
So I'll stand next to Jackson because I'm assuming, no offense, I'm assuming me and him are the strongest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've got the better strength.
Yeah. So like me and Jackson
Okay.
pushing it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I'm
so
standing
Jack's,
sort of
Jack's
still.
with an assist then on that. So Jack's with the advantage.
With advantage. Well, I rolled a 16 and a 5, so 19.
You push it, and it doesn't move very far at just pushing. As you push it, you feel it kind of slides up a bit, like there might be a lip inside.
Okay. In that case, I will get the crowbar out and try and put that in the gap to
I'll
leave.
allow you to use the same check with that to get it open. Are you opening this right up? Yeah, and you're pushing the top right off.
I don't want like sort of just, you know, I'd kind of like to sort of have it open enough to see what was in there rather than
Okay.
just the top fling off and shatter on the floor type thing.
So you
Take
carefully wrench up the edge, and you and Killian are right at the the kind of end as you're opening it up, and a pinkish light gleams out from within this box. Killian, you step away immediately, feeling that cold sensation. Jackson, you feel an immense coldness overcome you. You feel very, very quaky, and you let slip the crowbar.
I was gonna say, like, I'm just gonna like jump on it and try and push it back
What
down.
you glimpsed inside as you peered through was this box is rammed full of this crystal.
The same stuff that's in the wall.
Yeah.
Can I sort of go and have a look at it? I don't want to touch it. I just want to have a look at it and see if I, you know, can I see if it, you know, is it a nature or I don't know
Investigation
what.
or
Arcana?
Arcana be good, yeah.
You can go and see if you know the nature of it yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, nature's the one I'm proficient in, so that's, you know, is this a natural rock? Is this sort of thing that you could get elsewhere?
Yep.
That sort of stuff. Nature.
What's Toby doing?
It's not Toby, it's Popeye.
Popeye trying to itch his ears.
13, 1-3.
You have not seen this rock before yourself. You have not read about this rock anywhere in your previous researches. You've not heard tale of this rock. You know very little about it. You can establish that it is not an illusion. You establish that it is of a physical form. You understand it to be, from watching, you've kind of put together the actions of Killian and realised that it is strong beyond belief, and there's some great magical nature in itself.
Those ears were awesome when he did that.
Yeah.
We say he's got little ham ears.
I feel like size.
Have we noticed another way out of this cave other than the
Cave
ladder?
over there. There's a cave in over there.
Interesting.
Do you want water or a wee wee?
I'm going to go and investigate the cave in because I'm scared of the red massive gems.
Perception check.
Perception. Right. Oh, 18.
This is before you get into
22.
It's before you're getting to the cave in. You notice that there is the spilt beer running along the floor, and you notice it's running towards those rocks. There is a gradient in the
Incline.
that's allowing it to flow that way, and is proceeding under the rockfall.
I'm going to walk towards the rockfall and try and investigate it. But I'm going to touch it.
You
Oh, look,
reach.
it's the rock.
What is with everybody touching rocks today? They're like, I'm just going to touch the rock, lick it, gonna have a feel.
It's just a rock. You didn't say it's got any gemstones or anything in it.
You put your hand out to touch your rock and feel nothing.
Guys, the dickhead tricked us with an illusion. There are no rocks here.
Okay, so do you wanna I'm gonna come over and join him.
Does my hand work yet?
Yes, your hand is back working.
I put my daggers away and pull out my bow.
And let's walk towards where it looks like there is a rock form, and just sort of walk into
Yeah,
it.
I just walk clean through it now. I just walk straight through it.
You hear Dante shout that out, and then you see Dante vanish into the rock. Serial, you're standing beside him and see Dante walk through what apparently looks to be a solid set of stone and just walk straight through. Jackson, you also witnessed this, and so does Charlie.
I follow him.
You follow.
How are you going to follow?
Unless you want to play with the murder crystals.
Who doesn't look like they're using both hands?
Well,
No.
Charles
do it.
normally uses one to cast with, and normally has his maul in the other.
I normally cast with one and have the scimitar in the
Warhammer,
other.
sorry, in the other. Why?
I use both to use a bow.
What are you thinking, Jackson?
I was
He wants to
wondering if I
steal
could
a
pass the
crystal.
I was thinking who I could pass the torch to, so I could hold a dual-handed weapon.
You can see in the dark. It's only Killian who needs it. And Killian only needs one hand to cast a spell.
Yeah, you can put the torch on the floor a minute. Well, it's stone. It won't go out. Well,
Charlie can't see in the dark either.
Mm.
The torch on the floor, it would still light up the room. It just won't light up the room all the way to the top.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
but it also probably won't light up the new room that we're walking into.
They can't see where we're going into. You just saying, remember?
so
Can you still hear us?
you guys, the far side of the wall, you see again a natural formation again in this space of, and you see that the water is running down between the beer is running between your feet, trickling slowly down. It's mostly dissipated, but it's running down a narrow corridor of rock. It looks like a great deal of water once moved through here, water or something, moving away this passageway, heading a sort of a very gentle gradient, sort of 33 degrees, maybe not even that, down and ahead of you. Into what appears to be, as you look to the end with your dark vision, guys, you see like it turns to the left at the end, about 20, 30 feet.
I think we follow it.
Yeah, I just look at Sarah and keep going.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
I
are
look at
you
him and
guys
go.
doing?
Okay, are we all going? Like I say to Charles and Killian.
I'm up for going. Yes, I've never walked through rocks before.
Okay,
I really want one of them crystals.
I know.
you can have a box full of.
You could try and scoop one up in a bag or something, but I wouldn't advise it considering it messed up my hand even through clothes.
I know, but I really want one.
We can always pick him up on the way back.
Okay, I'll follow you through.
Cool. So you pass through this wall, Jackson holding a torch aloft, and you are greeted with a similar tunnel, your torchlight flickering on the walls. You see ahead of you Serial and Dante walking down further ahead, and you see them take a left and vanish from sight. Serial and Dante, you are greeted with another chamber, and kneeling in front of a pit in the floor that glows with an orange heat and light is Father Scroman, muttering some words, and above and a far side of that that pit is affixed to the wall. There is a large metal disc that is concave, and that metal disc is pewter on the outside, shining bright silver, well polished, and from it there are teeth that run across the black concaveness of the center of this this shape. It forms a mouth, a maw, if you will, over this concave black disc. Make a perception check, Dante and Serial.
Oh, 23. 20, no, wait. 19, 20, 23, yeah. I got a 19.
You're begging.
I got 22.
Nice.
You look at this scene and you perceive that he is talking to this mirror, this black glass, like reflective, so almost it's kind of glimmers but doesn't reflect, and then you swear that you see it blink, the blackness blink.
But I thought it was a big mouth all the way through. How can it blink?
There's a huge mouth with a black shimmering thing inside.
And the black thing is a giant eye. Brilliant. I shoot him in the back.
You stealthed. So we're going to just roll for initiative, guys, please.
Vicious.
I'm not giving in the man a chance to do anything at this point.
We noticed you as you kind of came in. Everybody roll. You guys are charging up.
Sorry, I missed that last thing. Can you just say what you said a minute ago, please?
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative, please.
22.
Yeah. Killian.
17.
17.
My initiative.
It's next to your armor class. It's a little box next to your armor class.
Okay.
Should say right at the top.
Yeah.
Killian, tell me what
When in doubt, it's the same as your dexterity.
22.
Nice.
22.
Yeah. Got a natural 20.
And then Charlie boy. Oh, pressing the wrong button. See, this is the thing. Roll for initiative. Come on, Charles.
You got you rolled that already.
I'm not. Yeah, I can't roll a fresh one. It doesn't matter. He rolled worse. He got a 2.
Yay! Same as me. Well, you got a 1 and then a +1. I just rolled a 2. I don't have any pluses on mine.
Oh, God.
We're doing well today, guys.
So we got 2 22s, 2 2s, and a 17.
Yeah,
That's a lot of 2s.
doing really well.
I'm guessing out of the pair of you, Dante's probably got the better dex though.
Yeah, +3.
Okay.
My dex is +2.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so it's Dante's
Sorry
going to be
about that.
first, yeah.
I shoot him in the back with a longbow.
Okay, you won't get your surprise attack because he has looked over his shoulder.
17.
17, yeah.
So that is... Oh, I'm going to... Yeah, bear with me.
Got him
Yeah.
already.
Damn it.
You were going to Hunter's Mark, were you?
I was going to use my Planar Warrior bonus action, so I don't actually have to cast the spell.
Campaign with Hunter's Mark, sorry.
Pardon?
Other campaign is Hunter's Mark.
I know I've got Hunter's Mark too. I just wasn't going to use it
I
yet.
thought you did, yeah.
Am I allowed to use the Planar Warrior thing?
No, you didn't say it first.
Damn it. All right. So... 10.
10 damage, yeah?
Yeah.
You.
D8 and I rolled a 7. I get a +3.
Okay. And then Serial.
Okay, I'm going
This
to.
priest takes an arrow, rages and bellows and goes, "You rats!"
That's fine. I'm going to thunder wave his ass.
There's a big pit behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, not that one.
If I had a spell that did that, I would have done.
I got. I don't know if I rolled the right one. I've got 3 for 2d8 roll. Did I roll that right?
Well, does he not have it? Do you have to roll to hit or something on
You
you?
have to roll a saving throw. I think.
Yes.
Pick from a spell and tell me what the saving throw is.
What? What?
Click
If you
on
look at the spell, read the description and it will say must save, make a dex 13 or something saving throw.
hold on.
It's a strength, but I don't remember what the thing is.
Is also not an area effect.
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out of you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube or from you must make a constitutional saving throw. On a failed
Constitution?
save, creature must take 2d8 thunder damage.
Okay, so it's a Constitution saving throw, and what's the?
How big is the room?
It's quite. It's long enough for that not to hit you guys at the moment. Okay, so what's the con save I have to make?
DC.
DC what? It'll say DC 13.
15. Oh, no, wait. It just says makes a constitution saving throw. So it's her saving throw.
You must make a constitution saving
So what's
throw.
your spell save DC? Serial?
Con 13.
No, not that one. Bear with me.
Oh, so if you press the little spell tab thing.
I'm on the spell tab thing.
Remember at the very top. It will say spell save DC.
No, it doesn't.
Give me a sec.
It says modifier, spell attack, save DC.
Spell save DC for her is 13.
13. Okay, so I've got to make it 13.
I said 13, didn't I?
Yeah, he makes it. So what do I take? I still take some damage, don't I?
It's you don't move, but I think you still take the damage.
So
I'm
that's
just
when I
gonna
roll the
double check.
2d8, yeah?
Yeah, which you got a 3 for.
We've got 3, 4, yeah.
So I take 3 damage.
3 damage.
Do I take half that if I make the save?
I'm just checking now, bear with me. Half damage, yeah, and you're not pushed.
So round 1, round down, 3, 1.
Take 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he stands on the edge of this
Thunder.
pit and resists this mighty gust of wind and glares and goes, "Pah! Call that magic."
I'm not going to enjoy this.
We're round to Jax.
How far down the corridor? Because
Oh, I've done it wrong.
What's
What?
I should have done 3d8, not a 2d8.
that? Okay, so roll another
D8.
D8 for me.
Oh, that's not. Well, that's
Did you
wrong.
cast it as a second level spell?
I cast it as a first level spell. I should have cast it as a second level spell.
I'll let you.
It is a first level spell. You can cast it as either.
Yeah.
I cast
But
it
you
as
wanted to
a, I,
cast
should-
it
I
as
wanted to
second level.
cast it as a second level
fair.
spell, but I pressed the wrong one. 2.
So 2. So another 1.
that makes it 5, so it takes 2 in total.
Yeah, 2 in total. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, you see as you run down the corridor and turn to the left, you peer into the room. You see an arrow loosed into this priest who's standing on the edge of the pit. You see Serial, who is standing, who shoots out from her hands a mighty blast of thunderous energy, and you see the priest probably about 10 to 15 feet away. You've moved half your move down to get down.
So I can get to him.
Yeah.
Well, if I move up, so I'm sort of he's got his back to some pit, yeah.
So he's got his back to this pit. Yeah, it's about 4 foot, 5 foot behind him.
Okay. So if I move up to him, can I sort of see what's in the pit?
Yeah. You run up and you're face to face with this guy, and as you run up, you feel an immense heat. There is magma, fire deep down inside this place. The smell of sulfur reaches your nostrils.
This guy's weird and creepy. Can I just shove him backwards?
Okay,
Into the
so
pit.
you're just going to do an unarmed strike?
No, it's a
A shove.
it's whatever it is. I
You
can't
can
think.
take the
That's a
shove
strength.
action.
Yeah.
Strength versus strength, isn't it? It's contested strength throw?
Yeah.
Hopefully this priest is not very strong.
Wish I'd rolled that properly with the proper wave thing, because I would have got 20 damage
What do you
if
mean?
I pressed the right button on the spell rather than using the D8 dice.
Did you roll better on the other one?
Oh, hang on. Does it get your spell modifier?
It gave me 20 when I rolled it on the spell modifier, not fucking
Yeah.
4.
No, it's just you rolled a lot better. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't get a modifier. Yeah, no, it's just you rolled. Yeah, down.
Yeah, so it's Jax's strength or athletics versus either this guy's strength or dex, depending on which one you
I'll
prefer.
go with athletics.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
And this guy can use athletics or acrobatics against it, whichever he chooses.
Yeah,
And he'll be pushed 5 feet if Jax wins.
yeah.
Fucking 3, 8.
8. He resists that push. Strength beyond what you would imagine to come from such a frail human. Your orcish strength is unable to push.
We're not likely to do a great deal. I'm going to activate Giant's Might and start growing to large.
Okay, you start growing large in front of this frail figure.
Assuming there is enough.
He's got a rune that makes him grow all big and
Oh,
stuff.
no, that's just
that's just his racial thing, isn't it?
No, that it's part of the specialty. But yeah, so like I'm now 13 foot tall and take up 4 squares worth of space.
When?
Yeah, when he went up.
You
a
should-
level.
Yeah.
Is this what I missed when I was in bed?
Yeah.
Sick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
She can
okay.
turn into a. She turns into a panther. He grows in size, and I move at inhuman speeds.
Yeah, but I can't turn into another panther because at the moment I haven't had a short rest, and I can only turn into an animal after a short rest.
Right. Okay.
So I was a cat, so I can't turn into a panther until I've had a
Yeah.
short rest.
So hopefully there is enough room in the space in this room for me to be 13 foot tall.
You start getting bigger. You are ducking. It's very, very.
Oh,
very
so if I can't expand into the space, I don't expand. It says.
It's now the priest's turn. So the priest reaches up and just clucks his hand like that, and there's darkness. Complete
Brilliant.
darkness.
Great.
Even
How,
with our-
everywhere or just within a certain cubic feet?
From where you are, it is.
Because the spell was a 15-foot cube from a space he designates.
Oh no, hold on. Has he got that? Yeah, he has got it. Hold on. I just got it. Yeah, so he casts it around him. So that fills up to the edge of the room where you were standing, Dante. So you see nothing but darkness. And Serial, you're on the doorway. Killian and Charles are the same. You see the room just fill up with blackness.
When did we get to the room? I thought we were still in the corridor.
Yeah.
In
So
the
you
corridor
you've got the
doorway.
15-foot corridor.
Through the doorway, the 15-foot was how far Jax was away from him. He cast it kind of near him, maybe on himself, possibly.
You can cast it on yourself or on an item of his clothing or anything he fancies.
So that will track with him as he
Can I
moves.
just make a quick, should I cast a spell? Before I actually cast a
You're
spell?
in initiative. You cannot do nothing until it's.
But it depends if it's a reaction or not.
Is it got a reaction?
Reaction to darkness.
Don't use absorb elements; it won't do anything.
No.
I was thinking about the fairy fire thing about making everything glow.
That's not a reaction, I don't think. I think
No.
it's-
only
So
cast
your
it
next
on
action, you can
yourself.
cast that and hopefully hit him with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could try and light him up and then cancel the disadvantage that you now have on trying to get him. So there's darkness in this room. Killian, you see the room fill up with blackness and Jackson enveloped within this.
Yeah. Sorry. 1 sec.
I'm really wishing I was my other character, who's a warlock with Devil's Sight.
Oh yeah, peer through everything.
That would be cool.
My other character uses that consistently because he's got that and he's a shadow sorcerer. So he just continually casts that to have constant advantage.
Yeah, yeah. Cast darkness gives the rest of the party absolute shit rolls. You're just like pew 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 pew. Okay.
Ah, I keep hitting the back button. Sorry, it's my fault. Give
So,
me
yeah,
a second.
You're around to Killian then.
Right. Because that has just completely messed up what I was going to do.
That's the idea of being a dungeon master. Is to
I know.
anything you were planning, you can still cast, but what happens is you roll with disadvantage. So anything.
So you've got to roll 2 and take the lowest.
Yeah, you're trying to roll and just use your kind of preternatural senses, like your hearing, and your kind
Okay,
of knowledge of the
so-
room and stuff. You're making a guess at whatever. you're
Okay,
doing.
I'm going to cast Breath Weapon.
Okay, yeah.
You're probably going to hit
Everybody.
Jax.
Certainly going to hit me.
It's a 15-foot thing, isn't it?
You
Oh.
might miss me and Sarah
What
just.
do I do? I'm going to hit somebody.
Not if you use a targeted thing such as what have you got?
Fireball or your ray of frost and things
Yeah,
like
ray
that.
of
Oh,
frost.
Firebolt or Ray of Frost, yeah?
Yeah,
Is
you
that what
could
you're
roll
saying?
those.
What out of interest, what spells have you got? What cantrips have you got?
Give me a second.
What you actually want is one that don't require you to roll to hit and require him to make a saving throw.
Yeah.
Although that you may the description you have to see him. So
Mage hand, minor.
Not
religion.
all of them.
Ray
Some
of
of them you can just hit 'em.
I think Ray of Frost automatically
Wait.
hits.
Oh, damn. You
Ray-
think
Ray of,
that?
oh no, that's you still got to get a roll to hit, but you get a +5.
Yeah.
Detect magic, shield, catapult. A catapult, you need to see him. I think it says in that spell.
I think that is the case.
But you could cast Firebolt or Ray of Frost. Choose one target and play within the range that isn't being carried. Yeah, you're gonna have to see the object, I imagine.
yeah, so firebolt or ray of frost are your damaging ones.
Yeah. They're the ones you can do, but you're rolling at disadvantage. So whichever one you want to try and do, fire or ice damage, basically.
I know what I'm doing next turn.
It doesn't actually say that you have to be able to see it. So
Well,
if
the
you-
catapult? No, it doesn't, does it?
No.
You're just going to try and catapult him.
No, you have to throw something.
You have to catapult something at him like a stone.
On this one.
Oh, I thought it was catapult person. So
No.
So catapult. Choose one object so you can see an object near you.
So if I do it second level, it's weighing between 1 to 10 pounds
Okay.
within range that isn't being worn or carried.
Use your dagger.
So yeah.
Just drop it and catapult.
What do you guys think? I'm really stumped.
How heavy do you reckon the mirror is?
The mirror. The mirror is going to
Probably more than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
more than 10 pounds. It's a massive thing.
Yeah.
I'd say try and catapult a stone or a knife, or just try and cast a spell at disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh, the only reason I was thinking is the catapult. Technically, he has to make a dex save rather than you have to roll to hit.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
I think go catapult, really.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do the catapult, and then you're going to do the dagger damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically.
So yeah, I'm
You
gonna.
have to throw the dagger at him. That'll because it's magically hurled.
Yeah. So she's just going to drop a dagger and use catapult to fling it at him,
Yeah.
meaning she doesn't have to throw it.
Yeah. No, but I'm going to take the dagger's damage.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So what's the dex save that I have to make? DC. So
So don't cast it at higher level. Just cast
13.
it. At
Yeah. 17. The dagger flies out and flies and hits apparently nothing.
Oh.
You drop your dagger, you catapult your item into darkness. Charles walks into the room and says, what's he going to do? He's got no second level slot free.
Oh, I should have done that.
What was Charles going to do?
Can I just ask something?
Hmm.
This is just in general.
Hmm.
Would dark vision work in this situation?
No.
You can see through normal darkness, and you see in shades of grey in that space. But magical darkness can't see through. There are a couple of abilities:
There's
Devil's Sight, and there's another one I can't remember.
True Sight and
Okay.
And there's also the one where like animals that are blind can
Blind Sight.
blind sight.
Yeah, there's only 3 abilities that allow you to see.
sense kind of things that they're like creatures that don't rely on sight to see, like blind underground creatures like deep
They
worms.
use tremor sense and stuff like that to feel you
Okay.
move.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was like,
It wouldn't have helped you.
Creatures that are naturally see but in low light places.
okay.
There's other things that see or use other senses
Right,
to see stuff.
I really need to read up on all of this.
No,
This
it's all right.
is
That's the
just
whole. That's the whole point of playing. Is when you play, you can
Yeah.
learn some of the things.
I've just realised what I've written down from the last time I played. It's like +1 fish, not fish, fish,
Yeah. Bee.
fish. I was like, what?
No wonder it made you sick.
That can't toll the dead. Can't sacred flame.
No wonder I was ill. One fish.
I'm gonna just try guide and bolt then, like blindly into the room.
Okay.
So Charles raises his hands and
Don't hit anybody. Please.
rolls and absolutely misses. So yeah, nothing.
Back to me.
Back to Dante. Yeah.
I tap myself at the shoulder and bonus action cast Zephyr Strike.
Yeah.
I run slightly to the side so Jax is not in front of me, and I use my advantage on my attack to negate the disadvantage of the darkness.
So you're
And I
just
get an extra 1d8.
Yeah. So you're doing a normal roll because you've got the advantage.
20.
20 to hit.
Yes.
Yes, you hit.
And that's 2d8. Oh, for fuck's sake. 6. That's with a +3.
Whoa.
That was serial damage roll.
You hear it in the darkness.
Mm-hmm. And now he has to make a concentration save on his darkness.
Yeah, so con save. He makes it.
Damn it.
There's still darkness in the room.
That was the only chance I had to get him.
All right. Darius got a chance to drop his concentration so I can smash him in the face with a big hammer.
Serial.
I'm gonna try the fairy fire thing.
Okay. Yeah.
If you
But
can
does it say
activate it.
cast it on an
I'm gonna check.
is the wording a creature you can see?
Each object in a 20-foot cube within the range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light of your choice. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in a light if it fails a dexterity throw. For the
Okay.
duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius.
So I've got to
Any
make a
attack roll against an affected creature or object has an advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
yeah, so dex save of 13.
Yes.
He rolled a 14.
Damn it.
He's still invisible to your sight. Jax.
Yeah.
Okay. I will help. So I'm going to drop the torch. I'm going to tap the rune on the front of the mace,
Yeah.
on the front of the maul, and I'm going to take a big ass swing in front of me, trying to hit him with disadvantage.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
So I need to, hang on, I've got to tap off that.
Because you're filling up more space, you're going to be probably in range of this guy.
Oh shit, it's disadvantage. I was like, got 19 and a 3.
A swing and a miss, I'm afraid.
I believe it's his go now. Unless you action surge and try again.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll do that.
Okay.
Where's that? A 17 and a 14, so that would be 19 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, I need more D5, D6.
More.
He needs to make a strength DC 13 saving throw, please.
Fails it.
He is now restrained and takes 2d6 points of fire damage every round. As
Nice.
Engulfed in flames. And the damage.
So you.
Hang on, let me roll the damage first.
Yeah.
So that's 7, 8, 12, 13. So that's 16 points of damage.
The darkness dispels, and you see the burning corpse of a priest, a flame on the floor, just twinkling
Thank
on
you.
the floor.
It's quite a pokey hit with the both effects. That's 5d6 plus 3 damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's quite the thing.
Yeah, it's quite a nifty one.
I could do it once.
Okay. So you see the smouldering corpse of this priest before you.
I loot him.
Okay.
I head over to the mirror thing on the wall.
Okay. Dante spoke first, so you walk over.
Dante's like, I wanted shit.
As you walk over, the body rises up, stands up straight, and makes an attack on you as you didn't approach stealthily. And out of the
Is it an opportunity attack that he's trying to do?
Yeah.
He can't.
Right.
I've still got Zephyr Strike cast.
Okay, so you can't do an opportunity.
There's no opportunity
He
attack.
rises up. It tries to swipe out of the priest's mouth, and from underneath its cloak emerge a set of pink, fleshy tentacles with sort of claws and grips on the end of it, and it slashes out at the party around. We're still in initiative.
Is he still affected by my fiery shackles?
Yes, he's got to take a burning. What was it?
So he's restrained.
That was the priest.
This isn't.
Oh,
the
is this
priest.
coming from the pit?
No, this is coming
It's the
from
priest's
his
body.
So, oh yeah, you have to break the restraint, I guess. So
he's restrained. So restrained just means. Hang on. Restrained is their speed is 0, so they can't move.
Yeah.
Attack rolls have advantage against them. Their attack rolls have disadvantage, and they have they have disadvantage on deck save.
Okay. Yeah. So you get it. It manages to get itself upright.
And he takes 2d6 points of fire damage at the start of its go.
Okay.
And at the end of its turn, it can make another DC 13 strength check to try and not be restrained by the fiery shackles.
Okay. Cool. So it stands. It doesn't move any space. It tries to do it's actually its go as well. So it's going to try and attack Dante, but you need to roll the d6 damage.
2d6.
2d6
fire damage. 4 points of fire damage.
Hold on. What do you How many? Sorry.
4.
4.
Okay.
I love how you went, what am I doing here? And it was like, huh?
Yeah. And so it's going to swipe for Dante because Dante's walked up to it to try and.
So it is at disadvantage.
Well, it rolled a 2, so it misses completely. So this fleshy.
Just sort of go.
Sort of surprised. You're like, oh, what's that? So now it's.
And at the end of its turn,
it
can
proceed towards the mirror and then hear this. A kind of cracking sound as the jaw of the priest opens up and this tentacle that distends the priest's face kind of emerges out.
It can now make another attempt at its DC 13 strength check.
DC 13. It makes it. It's no longer restrained.
So yes, it breaks its shackles. So they just fade away. Banishing the shackles on a success.
Okay.
Okay, so we can see it now, right?
You can see it. You can blast it with whatever you want.
Start blasting people.
Can I
Although
hit it?
Dante's quite near.
Wait, yeah, then hit it again.
Hold on. It's not your go yet.
But he's just succeeded against the fairy fire, didn't he?
Yeah.
No.
Right,
Shame.
so Dante, how close is Dante? to
Dante's
this?
next to it, so do not use breath.
So is Jax as well.
Yeah.
Having beat it with a maul.
Damn you guys!
You can do
Slap it with a fireball or a ray of frost.
Fireball or golden.
Ray of Frost?
Ray of frost. Yes, they would be ideal.
Okay, so can I do Fireball?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you trust me to do that?
it's not fireball, so
Well, unless you get a 1, you won't hit us. So it's fine.
don't roll the one.
Yeah.
It's me.
True.
If you roll one, you hit Dante.
Don't hit me.
Wait. Who's the reason I got burned earlier?
Jax, he dropped it on your head
Why
No,
did he
I
drop
dropped
it?
it.
Why did he drop it?
because I insulted him.
Yeah, exactly. So if anybody's getting injured, it's going to be you.
I'm concentrating on a freaking spell.
Right, go.
2.
Oh, thank God.
You cast and miss.
Wait. 7.
Yeah, you still cast and miss. Charles turns around and goes, what is this abhorrent horror? And in dismay, looking at one of his own kin warped and twisted by this growth shooting from its mouth. And he, I will cleanse you with holy flame, and casts sacred flame. Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I was wondering if this is what happened to Charles when he died.
Well, the thing absolutely makes it. Flame emerges around it, and it just steps aside of this burning mass that flies towards it. It has to make a 13, and it got 19. Plus
Just
3.
nope.
So 22. The writhing tendrils just flap around a bit faster and waft the flame out of Charles's reach. Charles, as a bonus action, is going to Bob. What's he going to do?
Oh, could I have done that as well?
If you've got something that you can cast as a bonus action, but it'll tell you
You've used
on.
the sorcerer's point.
Well, yeah. Come on, this phone.
I love how you're randomly rolling things.
Yeah, I'm
You're
just-
like, that's not what I meant to
Yeah,
hit.
I'm like just rolling random stuff now, guys. I do apologise.
Well, you got a good will save. Good save.
Yeah, I know, but I wish I wasn't trying to do a wisdom save. I just wish I was, like, I'm just trying to like cancel off my dice roll now, and it won't cancel off my dice
Yeah,
roll.
because that's the dead bit of the screen.
No, it's 2 points now. It's here and here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the dead.
So,
that bit.
he's gonna cast healing word on who's low.
Me.
Yeah.
I've lost 4, so, but I'm pretty good.
Okay.
I've lost 7.
I think she's dying.
Okay, so I cast healing word on Serial, and she regains 2 plus 3, 5.
Woo.
Nice.
Cool. So now we're back at Dante, Eldritch horror
I'm gonna
of
turn
this.
around and run away. Which doesn't get an opportunity attack.
Right? You've got your
Yeah, because I'm still concentrating on Zephyr Strike. I'm gonna then get to around the doorway or the wall, so it's just as far away as I can get, really.
Okay.
Turn
so
around and
where it's standing is it moved away from the pit towards the door edge. So you can move towards the pit, or you can move towards the door and be across the room. That's the kind of width of the room, which is narrower.
all right, I'll go the other way. I'm not standing by the pit.
Okay, so yeah,
I then
8 feet.
bonus action. I plane a warrior it,
Okay.
so I choose him.
Yeah.
I'm then going to shoot him.
Okay.
And then go to shoot him. Yes.
Oh, 19. I think I hit him. I got
Yeah.
19 plus 7.
You do.
So I hit him. As I hit him, I stopped concentrating on my Zephyr Strike and favored foe him, which is whenever I hit a creature with an attack roll, I can mark him as my favored foe for a minute. But I now have to concentrate on that, which makes me sad. The first time on each turn I hit him, I get an extra 1d4.
Go for it.
So that's a d8 and a d4 and another d8 because I I marked him.
You marked him, yeah. Go on, smash it.
5, 6, 7, 8. I did 13 in total.
13. Okay.
Do you need me to?
No, done it.
Okay.
So yeah, now we're at Serial.
Question: if I use an action, can I use a spell after, or is it the other way around?
So in most things, it'll be
What action
spell
you can-
reaction.
You can move. You can interact with a small object. As a free action. What kind of thing do you want to do, Lou?
I was asking whether I can use a weapon and then use a spell.
No.
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 Unless the spell is a bonus action.
Unless the spell's casting time says bonus action on it.
Most of yours don't.
You could hit it with a weapon and then use your druid healing thing that you got for your circle that we looked at last time.
Yeah, I don't want to use a druid healing.
Yeah, you've got some.
No. Okay, in that case, I'm going to use the level 2 ice knife.
Yeah.
And I'm going to plunge it into the tentacle that's coming out of the priest's mouth.
Okay. Cool. And that fires in and then explodes, I believe, as well.
It does.
Yes.
I think you might have to make an attack roll for that
I
one.
need to do the right one, don't I? So it's the 5 next to it, isn't it?
Yeah, you get your spellcaster modified.
14.
Yeah, you hit it. So now roll your damage.
Oh, actually. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, no. Here's.
2.
So you take.
Hang on, have I done that right?
Yeah, so it's a d10 piercing damage.
Which you do 2.
Oh, plus 1d6.
That's 1d6, so 2. That's a d6.
Oh, no, sorry. It's 1d10. He then has to make a dexterity saving throw and then gets 3d6 cold damage.
So do I.
So I take 2. So that's. Yeah. And then I've got to make a dex of what was 13 again, is it? Yeah, of course. So
Yeah.
spellcasting. He doesn't make the saving throw.
So now roll 3d6s.
Sure.
And I think so does Jax because he's within 5 feet of it.
Yeah, you take the same damage. So roll 3d6.
I get the dex save thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 16.
You what?
16.
From 2d6.
3d6.
Oh, 3d6.
Nice.
16.
16. 1 6.
Okay. Serial, you cast a spell and the blade stabs in, explodes, sending shards everywhere, and you see the ice creep into this tentacle's bloodstream. It freezes solid, and the mass of writhing and blisters that was a priest and this tentacle thing drop to the ground.
Nice. Jax, did you avoid it?
No.
Oh, that takes 16
Cold damage.
Cold damage.
cold damage.
You know, we had talked about me healing with the Circle of Dreams thingy.
You are out of initiative now, guys. So you can cast anything you want, Sarah.
I'm now going to turn around and just have these sort of shards of ice.
The circle. I can't remember what we said last week. How do I cast the Circle of Dreams?
So you've got, I think you had three dice with d6 healing that you could just apply to people.
Yeah.
D6.
Yeah.
So I can apply. Oh, that's the wrong one. 3 D6s of healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, take you 3 rounds to do that, but
Yeah, I'd only do one at a time.
Yeah. So,
So
now.
I've given Jackson 10.
No, you got to do
No.
1d6 at a time. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Only use one because then we're probably going to get to rest soon.
Okay. 5.
Okay. So, Jax, you regain 5 hit points as
That's because I didn't mean to hit you.
Serial kind of sends kind of like a spectral dream over to you, and you feel its relaxing energy sink into your orcish skull, and you dream of whatever half-orcs dream about, and some of the stuff melts out of your body. Okay, so now on the floor there is a priest lying there. There is a chasm, and there is a mirror with the blackness in it.
I head towards the mirror. I want it. I want the mirror.
Gillian,
Yes.
Gillian, do you remember the black chasm that was in the last cave tunnel type thing we went to? You know, when there was that nasty guy in the room. Obviously gone past the healing water fountain. We didn't know it was a healing water fountain. Remember?
I mean, it's throwing the corpses in.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a pit of fire.
This is sounding very much similar to the pit of
Yeah,
fire that we came across
something like
before.
for the master, wasn't it?
Yeah, he bellowed
Yeah.
for the master. You're
And
quite right.
the coin that we got, or that somebody got, had a
Medallion, wasn't it?
mouth on it.
You,
More.
Serial and Killian found a medallion upon this
no, because we've got one.
home, and
the-
you guys found upon one of the Eppen family a coin with a mouth upon it also.
Yeah, and that's what's on the mirror thing.
Mhm.
You
It's a very large mirror.
2 and 2 together, and that is the same symbol.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just assuming it's the same.
No, you have
That-
you have assumed, and it is the same. Yes,
That's
well
what I'm
done.
saying. I want
Your
that.
deduction is quite spot on, Dragonborn.
What is actually in the pit?
Okay, you look down and over the edge of the pit, and it goes down hundreds of feet, but at the bottom you can see magma, lava,
Oh my god.
something liquid, boiling, bubbling, many feet down.
Okay.
It's the far side of this pit.
I'm going to walk over to the body and kick him.
Weird calamari thing before I throw it in there.
I want to rob him first.
Okay, so what are you doing, Jack? Sorry,
I was asking questions. I'm not actually.
Okay, Dante, you go over and you find that there is a mace secreted among the robes. The tentacles are disgusting to the touch, slightly like almost like you would imagine like an elephant's trunk to feel, that kind of slightly hairy, but this is more like the texture isn't like rough. It's kind of like, yeah, like picking up jelly that's hairy in your hands, but has some sort of rigid muscular structure underneath it. Obviously animated this creature. You search through its pockets and robes, and you find 10 gold in a little
I'm going
satchel.
to
Nice.
say, don't these things poison by touch?
What's that?
Don't these things poison by touch?
And I just yelled, "Shut up! No gold for you."
Yeah, so what's going on?
So is everyone good if I drop the priesty guy into the magma?
I've robbed him, so yes, you can now use.
Has he got any of those tokens on him like the other guy did? Like the
Make
tokens of the-
investigation. Who Serial, because you suggested it.
Mhm.
You kind of felt about his body, his pouches and stuff. Dante, you found just the mace and the obvious things that were on his person. And you also find like a tinder box So like what you probably use to light the incense above.
9.
Fair.
9, you don't find anything right now, but you communicate to the others what you're looking for.
Somebody else have a look with an investigation to see.
Seeing as I'm already patting the man down, I may as well check.
Yeah, go for an
Yeah.
investigation, and Charles will help you.
19. So
Yeah, okay. So you look and you see the symbol. Charles is kind of grimacing at this strange, distended now corpse mouth thing, and you actually have to shut the mouth slightly and push it up, which squashes some of the tentacle in the teeth of this priest, and it begins to bleed a kind of strange purplish ichor with green hints in it. And round his neck, where normally he would hold the symbol of Melora, is one of these tokens.
I just grab it and yank it off without bothering to put it over his head.
It comes away very easily. It's just on a simple leather thong.
I
Charles,
pocket it.
Yes.
if you die, do you grow tentacles?
I haven't. No, it doesn't seem to be. I don't know. I've not. You've seen me die. You've seen me down. I've never grown tentacles before. Have I? Killian?
I'm going to look at Killian and Serial.
So,
Well, I take that. That's two. That's two. I think I am not a tentacle growing menace.
Okay, does anybody have any like vials, glass vials?
No.
Oh damn it!
you want to take some of the
I
blood?
I've got a broken water skin.
What good's that to anybody? It's broken.
Have a look at my inventory. Hang on.
Water skin.
What do you want to do?
I wanted
Shoot.
some of the weird blood from the tentacle. It could be valuable. You never know.
Have you got a water skin?
I will.
You
I
can
will-
get your water skin.
You've got water skin. You can put it in the water skin.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm going to pull out a hand axe and I'm just going to literally chop off like a foot of tentacle and I'm going to pass it to Killian.
It comes
Thank
away
you.
easily. You have now got the biggest piece of calamari that you've ever experienced.
No.
Oh, please don't eat it.
I was gonna say,
Don't lick it. Don't lick it.
Make a perception check,
Who?
Killian.
Killian's gone.
Make a perception check as Jackson hands you this tentacle.
just like, can I lick it? 6.
It gets a little bit too close for comfort, but there's some after-death spasm, and the teeth at the end of the thing go right near your ear, but you pull it away just in time for it to get you. But you are now a little bit more cautious and give it a good bash on the floor to make sure it's doubly dead, and the spasms are all out of the final electrical. What's electric? Final muscle spasms through the.
Electrical.
Yeah, just like electric. Muscle spasms going through the body, and yeah, you now have about a foot of eldritch tentacle.
I'm going to wipe my hand clean on the guy's clothes, wipe the axe head clean on his clothes, and then I'm just going to hoof him into the hole.
Okay, so you pick him up and you walk towards the pit,
I'm just gonna. Meh.
and you see the
If they're throwing bodies in, do we really want to throw a body in? I just sort of say to Jax as he's carrying this guy.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
You walk towards the mirror on the wall, and Jax tosses the body in. And it's almost as though, even though it's shimmering blackness, like reflective, but not like absorbing all the light, maybe is the best way to describe it. You almost see it change focus and follow the body down and turn back to you and guys in the room, and it blinks again.
Can I smash it? Can I try and smash it? I'm in a really smashy mood today. Can I try
Okay,
and
it's
smash
across the pit. There is no way to get round.
I'm going to shoot it.
it? Can I throw something at it? Oh, can I throw something at it?
You can try.
You could certainly try.
What are you
So
gonna-
what is in the room?
There's a few rocks. And...
I've got a mace that I just picked up off the dude.
Yeah, can I throw it? Can I have that?
Yeah.
Can I throw that at him?
Yeah, so make a ranged attack.
Yeah, he doesn't like.
You roll-
Yeah, he
you
doesn't
can
like.
add your
Fine.
dex modifier. And what is it? Is it? I guess it's gonna be light. So yeah, you can add your proficiency. So 2 plus nothing. Okay.
We just won't talk about that.
What was it?
Is it a 1?
I got a 1.
You attempt to throw.
Plus 2. It's a 3.
Yeah,
Did you hit yourself in the back of the head with?
do a 1 on an attack roll. So you throw it. Roll your damage for what is it? Hold on, let me tell you what the damage is.
It's a mace, for fuck's sake.
1d6 on yourself.
+2.
Plus 2?
Your strength.
What?
It's your strength.
Fuck.
You've hurled a mace at your toe, basically. With full anger.
How wide is the
3. So the pit,
Yeah.
about 10 feet across.
Yes, I got 3.
So you take 3 off your health then, please.
Okay.
Leo, please stop. I'm trying to play.
Say, no, you love me.
Are we gonna try and smash that? Pull that off?
I'm just going to try and shoot it, seeing Killian's disastrous attempt at throwing things
Yeah.
at it.
Okay, go on.
I got really high today. Like,
Ugh.
not my fault.
16 plus 7.
The arrow surges. Is an arrow you firing? Or a
Yeah.
dart? An arrow.
Arrow.
The arrow shoots across the space.
You haven't let me buy any darts yet. You keep stopping me from shopping.
These guys are the ones running into a church. Not me. Charles had nothing to do with this. Charles was down at the boat for most of the last adventure.
I
He
was
turned
ill.
up to knock on a door, basically. Charles' last adventure just broke a door. That's all he did the whole adventure. Slightly broke a door. That is it.
But
So
I was ill. You can't
um,
blame me.
the arrow flies towards this blackness and holds in midair, rotating with the spin.
I jumped to the floor.
So, nope.
And it drops into the pit. And then you see the shape of the eye change, like almost like, you know, like the sides of an eye crease for a smile,
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. Ugh.
and then
Smiley eye.
mirror turns molten and drips and runs. The blackness inside dispels, and what looks like liquid mercury pours down the wall and down into the well in front of you.
you were trying to smash it.
Well, now it's liquid and in the pit.
Yeah, it's well without your reach, dripping down the walls beyond the heat or the distance that you'll be able to grab it.
That's not fair.
So you're now standing in a room with no body of a priest or anything. Yes, just a.
Oh, yeah, we should have taken that back up to show them what their priest became.
We've got a part of the tentacle.
Yes, would you believe it if 5 people just walked into your church, came back with a tentacle and said, this was attached to your priest. We, by the way, threw him into a really deep hole full of magma.
To be honest, I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it
They've
past.
been fighting. They've been fighting fish people. They've got an imagination.
Okay, so what are you doing, guys? You've got the. So,
Oh, so we're heading back out.
okay.
Is there anything else in the room?
Nothing else there, is there, to play with?
Near the edge of the pit, there is just a small padded mat used for prayer.
I'll take that.
Serial just wants kneeling comfort for her next
Just sees it, rolls it up.
meditation session that she has. She's going to have a little bit more cozy meditation because now if there's a hard surface for her knees, she can rest upon it. So you head back up the tunnel and move back into the cavern where you found the.
You open up the other chest to see if there's booze in them.
In the other chest. So you walk into the room that you left previously, where Charles had left the crate. Now there is quite a considerable fire in this place because you didn't neglected to put out the other fire, and it has spread across, and the bottom of the ladder is now burning.
Oh.
Someone shake water onto the ladder so we can quickly climb it.
Can I shake water?
From where? What water?
Everyone's water skin. We all get one. I've used mine.
I'm gonna get a little bit of water out of my water.
And so is Killian here. Killian emptied it. Oh no, you didn't. You get your water skin. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so you all stop at your water skins, and she collectively gathers about a foot of water because there's not enough to do the cube that she would require normally to make the full spell. There's not enough volume of water there.
Oh.
But you can still gather it and move it. You can't make water appear at an end.
Okay.
I'll go pee in the corner.
Yeah.
Can I get a crystal?
From where? Where would you like to get one of these bleeding crystals?
From the big.
How are you going to pick it up without fainting in the fire?
I've thought about it. Gee.
Add you.
I'm going to lick it.
Yeah, I'm going to hold it in my teeth.
Second time lucky.
Yeah, why not? I had a great trip the first time.
I'm a little bit immune now to eldritch horror.
What's wrong with you guys? Gee,
Use the tentacles mouth.
that's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna prise it open, like where Jackson was.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to gonna.
Gonna try and shoulder barge the chest up.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Jackson to come and help me
Jackson,
to
are you
hold
gonna
it
help?
open while I get a crystal out using the octopus mouth thing.
I will. I'm going to go over and I'll try and lift the lid.
So strength check with an assist. So no. I mean, you're going to be focusing on.
Put the fire out first, people, before you start
Well,
playing.
me and you are putting the fire out there playing with crystals.
Yeah, because you guys are doing with that. So I was like, while you're doing that, can I do?
Okay, regular strength check then, please, Jax.
No, it's with assist because I'm helping
No,
him.
because you've got to get underneath. You can't be helping whilst you're puppeteering a dead tentacle. You cannot be assisting opening a stone chest.
What's wrong with you?
That's a weird sentence. That is just a weird sentence.
I get a bonus for the crowbar.
Yeah, sorry?
I get a bonus for the crowbar.
You can have a lower DC with it.
Okay. But it's just a straight roll.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I rolled an 8, so 11.
It shifts up ever so
Hang on, is
slightly.
it been within a minute at the end of that fight?
Sorry?
Within a minute at the end of that fight?
No, because you were kind of looking round, you're playing with the mirror, you're chucking a body in the pit.
Fine. No, because if it was, I still would have had advantage for the.
Yeah, you've gone around, you've kind of picked up mats and whatever. So now you're going to make a sleight of hand check because you're trying to get you're trying to control the muscles of a
Dead eldritch horror.
dead eldritch tentacle to try and pick up
Like a chicken foot where you
a
can-
nightmare crystal from inside a stone tomb.
I want one, okay?
It's pretty and big.
Is there anything else? Now the lid's off. Is there anything else in the chest?
You've only got it prized open a little bit with that roll.
Oh, okay.
Again, peering in. A natural 20.
Yes!
So
Screw you!
you somehow puppeteer the creature to grab.
And my dex is +0, so I had to get a good roll.
You pawn the correct form of things and manage to slide this tentacle out kind of like it's semi-erect with how you've pulled out this tentacle by tightening the tendons that you've pulled back. It is clasped its end around one of these crystals that you've seen in the wall, and now it is fully exposed to you, and the cold in the room increases. You've got about a foot of tentacle between you and it, but you can still feel the tentacle. Jackson, you pull the crowbar out, the lid closes shut again. You now have a crystal on the end of the tentacle. There is a raging fire. There is the ladder gradually disintegrating.
If the room's got colder, surely that would help the fire.
It's cold, but it doesn't put out fire. It's not ice. It's like a
Cereal's dropping water on the
like
ladder.
when someone walks over one's grave. That kind of feeling.
Okay.
Like
I've got some water and I'm forming it not quite into a cube, but into a cylinder to put out the fire by the ladder and directly underneath the ladder. So we've got like a pathway.
You manage to put the ladder out. The corner crate still is quite alight, but the ladder is out. The bottom of it.
To get to the ladder, is there a clear pathway now to the ladder?
Is the other crate still unharmed?
The other crate that Charlie was wondering about with is absolutely fine. Yeah.
Can I open that and nick one of the bottles of liquor out of it?
You have no idea what's in that one. You haven't opened that one.
Can I open it?
Strength.
8.
Crowbar.
8. With the crowbar help from Jackson, the lid comes off. And again, you see packed with sawdust.
Can I not shove my hand in, but just sort of shift it to the side?
Yeah, you shift it and you see a beautifully decorated vase.
Oh.
I
Do I care about vase?
Yeah, you can sell it
All right, I grabbed the vase.
and buy darts. See?
I grabbed a vase.
Okay, cool.
I shove it in my backpack and I climb up the
As
ladder.
you lift it up, it is a very, very, very fine porcelain type thing. Very delicate little.
Have you got mage hand by any chance, Killian?
Yes.
Would you mind holding this vase for me and have it float up next to us? Because that doesn't need to do any dexterity and isn't likely to drop it.
And it's a cantrip.
Yes, you can just cast it.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, so you an ethereal 3-pronged claw delicately holds this vase that now floats alongside Killian.
I yell, "Flee!" and run up the ladder and jump to climb up.
So acrobatics to jump onto the bottom, everybody, as you're climbing up.
I was going to wait till other people made it up before I put strain on the weakened ladder.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to like those
Okay,
two
so we're going to say
then me.
Dante, Serial, Charlie.
I got a 10.
Okay.
That's with a +5.
Oh dear.
I love it when you do that. You're just like, hoo, hoo, hoo. It's like, oh no.
So Dante scrambles towards the ladder, is trips, and Charlie tries to come up afterwards. You fall on top of Charlie. Charlie and you are both now prone on the floor. Serial, what did you get?
8.
8. You fall in this heap of people. You just see basically them all run and do that kind of cartoon slam into each other.
I'll start lifting him off and standing him up. Can I suggest one at a time?
So you pick them all up and they get a chance to make their acrobatics again.
I'm just stood there, just look like watching Jackson pick these 3 up, and I'm just like I've got my mage hand in this octopus arm.
Charlie gets on with a claw and climbs.
11.
Dante slips again.
Ding.
Serial's on it. They're climbing up.
Can I like sort of pick Dante up by his backpack and like literally hold him?
Put him on the ladder. I'm not going to even make you roll. You just place Dante on the ladder and hold him in place until you're sure that he's got a grip on it. And you go, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" Dante nods, "It's sure." And Dante starts with.
Wheels off.
Okay.
I love the idea of just lifting him like.
Yeah, well, he's half orc and he just had his massive time, so like I'm kind of thinking he's got some of that vibe still going about him. So it's just like
I just love the fact I've got a +5 in acrobatics and I just tripped over twice trying to get on a ladder.
you couldn't climb a ladder. Hilarious. Right, so Jackson and Killian, you can try and get on the ladder now.
So I'll go up after before Jackson.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know, this would have been the perfect time for a breath weapon to put all the fire out.
Have I already used it?
No, not yet.
Shall I use it?
Yeah, use it.
Only if you think we might want to come back down.
Well, the villagers might want to see what's going on down here and stuff, and it may spread up, you know,
Yeah, true.
if they like, you know, set fire to their church and stuff.
Well, they're already going to be really nervous about their church being burnt down because you threw an ever-smoking incense pot, and there is a broken door on the front. There's plumes of smoke coming out of the church right now, up above the ground. Villagers gathering round, panicking.
Shall I use breath weapon then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you cast breath weapon, and an icy blast freezes the floor, and the fire goes out.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And then I proceed to.
acrobatics, then, please.
Have any of us figured out yet how to turn that bottle off?
4.
That's cocked.
Oh.
No.
Even better. 1.
You fall in a pile at the
Prick. Should have let me have the 4.
It was cocked. You fall in a pile at the bottom of the ladder.
Do I take any?
No, just for comedy value. You just none of you can grab a ladder.
I will stand up, Killian, and I assist, like, sort of, you know, can I basically, you know, hold on?
You're like the dad
Up his
helping.
ass.
You're like the dad at the play park helping the two smaller child onto the grown-up, the older kid climbing frame. You give Killian like a boost up, and Killian grabs the ladder. And Jackson, you've seen so many people climb this ladder that you are an expert at climbing ladders. You have no trouble with your increased height to just grab onto the rungs and start.
And lift myself onto the ladder, you know, climb up using just sort of arm.
Yeah, you're not
until I'm
bothered.
up the burn bit.
Yeah, legs aren't an issue for you. It's an arm day today for Jackson. Jax works his way up into the space above, into the little trap where there was the little circular room. So you know, in the circular room that has the stone wall outside it, with the tomb, the sort of catacombs underneath where you, Serial was a cat hiding from whatever. And then there's this set of stairs that go up to the main body of the church.
I'm going to go up to the church.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone goes up to the main body of the church. There is filled with smoke again. In this larger space, it's not quite so bad, but it's kind of like you're at a really terrible rock concert, like a Meatloaf video, maybe. You come out of this trap, and there's like smoke clinging to the floor. You march through the length of the church, and the smoke is moving as your cloaks and below it, and scars.
Can I grab the smoking thing as we go past?
You pick that up, so the smoke travels with you, and you emerge from the front of the church in a plume of smoke that puffs out and clears the way and you emerge victorious.
Right.
And the crowd of the village are gathered outside. They all applaud as you just come out like you just come on stage at an Aerosmith gig. It is just beautiful. They're not sure why they're applauding. It just looked fucking awesome. And I think that's where we'll end today.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.